We want 3, 2, 1. Hey there, fellow watchers. It's that time of the week again. Born to Watch. The erotic thriller is an interesting beast. When done correctly, it can be the gift that keeps on giving on many levels. When done poorly, it most often slides into the high camp and unbelievable. Basic Instinct arrived on the scene with a bang, and thanks to one scene, announced itself and its femme fatale as must-see. In my opinion, a truly great erotic thriller shades more towards the thriller, with eroticism as a side note. By the end of this episode, we will decide where Basic Instinct sits and whether having more red herring and by having more red herrings than a Polish fish market elevates this movie. We're going to start that line again. By the end of this episode, we will decide where Basic Instinct sits. Fuck. 60. By the end of this episode, we'll decide where Basic Instinct sits and whether having more red herrings than a Polish fish market elevates this movie to one of the greats or renders it cold as ice. Pretty good. To decide whether this movie is more than the fuck of the century, I've got the G-Man and Damo with me. G, how are you?
Good evening. More red herrings than a Polish fish market.
You like that?
Very good. Where'd you come up with that one from?
Well, there's a lot of red herrings.
There are a lot of red
And then I
herrings in
looked
this.
up what country eats the most herring. Poland.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Well done. Good bit of research.
You like that? Well, it's what I go the extra mile. It's what I do.
That is, you've just blown me away. I've had 2 weeks of incredible stats,
There's another one.
and then you've just ripped that out.
Well, you had Philly
Philly, and I had that you only get attacked by sharks
when you're dry.
when you're wet.
Oh, when you're
Yeah,
wet.
when you're dry, you don't
Well,
get
you're
attacked.
safe when you're dry.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Or a dog.
But
Or
I
your
mean,
name's Pippet.
a lot of a lot of people have been asking about herring. It's a big topic of conversation, obviously.
It's a big topic.
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos where they eat that fish
Oh,
with the
it
herring?
stinks?
And they start dry reaching even before they eat it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Should we do some shit like that for Born to Watch?
yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, sounds fun.
What do you reckon?
You do the first one.
No, we all do it together. We're all in.
Bit,
Just don't forget, like, I'm the captain. You just do as I say.
yeah, just eat that rotted fish.
What about Sloane Nixon? I can't wait until Born to Watch OnlyFans. He sent a message. Did you just announce yourself as the captain?
Yeah, you'll get one.
Yeah, I did, Sloane. Thank you. Yeah, I did. Good to have you, boys. Interesting selection of movie. This is a Damo choice.
Yep.
Erotic thrillers are your thing,
Oh,
apparently.
surely. I guess so.
1992 movie. This is right in the wheelhouse here. Like, this is, for me, 16, going on 17.
Mm.
Yeah.
Guilt years.
92. Yep.
The guilt years aren't a thing now. Masturbation is out. But in 92, it was well behind closed doors.
Masturbation is dead.
Now, it's 32 years old, this movie. I've set the overs and unders quite low because we're going to do 2 sets here. We're going to do overs and unders of 7 for seeing the movie full.
Right. Oh, right.
Yes. And then we're going to have overs and unders of 50 for used.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a fair call.
We're going to start with Damo because I think for once he may beat an over and under. Hit me.
For watches, I'm on 5.
Okay.
For usage, 1,228.
Excellent. G-Man?
I think I'm 1,229.
I just remembered, I'm 1,230.
I was thinking about this with the watches. I have only seen this, I reckon, 4 or 5 times.
Mm.
I have not watched this movie that much. I mean, obviously when it first came out, really big, but I haven't seen this for 30 years. How long has it been out for?
32 years.
Yeah, it'd have to be.
Yeah. Look, I'm the same. I'm unders on this.
So much so that I
Under
was
7.
I was watching this and I couldn't remember how it all ended.
Yeah.
So I was going through going, oh,
I knew bits. I could remember bits and pieces, and I was actually surprised this time watching it. The the sex scenes aren't that good.
Well, it depends on the version. There's some
No,
cut
the
versions.
the Plex version is the uncut.
I watched it on
Yeah.
Fox, and there was definitely some
Oh,
cuts.
So the Plex version is the full uncut version
Right, okay.
where Jeannie Triplehorn gets it up the blurter.
I don't think she gets it
It's
up there.
blue. Look, we're going to get to that.
Yeah,
Let's
alright.
not ruin that. But I'm under 7 and well overs for the rest. Well overs for the rest.
just leave it at well over.
Sharon's in this movie. She is a 25 out of 10.
Yes.
She's at this in 1992. She could be the most beautiful woman on the planet.
I remember seeing her in Total Recall.
Oh,
And
yeah.
obviously that was her first big movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just thinking, oh my God.
I know,
who
I
is
agree.
this?
Yep.
She and the thing I like the most about her, she's 100% natural. Her
Yeah.
body is
Oh, yeah.
natural. You can tell there's been no
It's
surgery.
incredible.
She is just stunning.
And to put it in today's terms, like she's a genuine Hollywood beauty, and it'd be like Sydney Sweeney nowadays, or someone like that. That is just like the
Yeah.
head honcho best, or Scarlett Johansson, or Margot Robbie, or someone like that.
Yeah.
Like she's in that sort of caliber of Hollywood beauty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't get over how beautiful she is in this movie.
Yeah.
And the scene when the club scene where she changes her look completely and she's sort of got that curly-ish
Oh,
hair.
yeah, a bit of curl.
I was
yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful looking woman. Well done, Sharon. Hat tipped. Born to watch tick of approval.
Shazza.
Shazza Stone.
Mm.
Okay, G-Man, before we get carried away here and we get to 1,131, why don't you tell us a little bit about Basic Instinct?
All right. With the tagline, a seductive suspect and a cop who can't resist her. Former rock star and San Francisco nightclub owner Johnny Boz is found murdered in his bed. Detective Nick Curran is assigned to the case. He has a history of alcoholism and drug abuse, although he's clean now. The prime suspect is Catherine Tramell,
Tramell.
an abusive and manipulative.
Gotta start again. You hit the arm again, yeah?
Killing it.
Because you're on fire with hitting the arm.
All right. Former rock star and San Francisco nightclub owner Johnny Boz is found murdered in his bed. Detective Nick Curran is assigned to the case. He has a history of alcoholism and drug abuse, although he is clean now. The prime suspect is Catherine Tramell, an attractive and manipulative novelist who has been seeing Boz for a while. Police psychiatrist Beth Gardner, who happens to be Nick's ex-girlfriend, is brought in on the case when it is discovered that Boz's murder was copied directly from one of Catherine's novels. Nick starts to get too involved, and everyone seems to be a suspect.
Yeah. That's essentially the whole movie.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I don't want to say anything because I've got so much for this movie.
Right.
I got so much for good, the bad, the ugly in this movie. I don't want to give too much away. After last week's huge success of the short trailer,
Oh, yes. The Jaws one was fantastic.
and I got quite a few comments about how good the trailer was, and that's from people listening to it.
Yeah.
We're going to go for another short one here.
Okay.
Hang on to your hats. Here's
So we got 31 stab wounds. What was it?
Ice pick.
I'd like to speak to Miss Catherine Tramell, please.
Is she a suspect?
She's a writer. She published a novel. It's about a retired rock and roll star who gets murdered by his girlfriend.
You know how she does the boyfriend with an ice pick.
She intended the book to be her alibi.
You didn't feel anything for him. You just had sex with him for your book.
In the beginning, he gave me a lot of pleasure.
You like playing games.
Games are fun.
What's your new book about?
A detective, he falls for the wrong woman.
What happens?
She kills it. How's it feel to kill someone?
You tell him.
I know you. She seduces people. She manipulates people. Oh. Friends. I have nothing to hide.
You playing a game here?
Go on. Games are over.
What do you think?
Good. That's a good.
It's a
Trailer.
later trailer, so it's like for the DVD Blu-ray release.
Right.
So it's a bit later. Wasn't the original trailer was actually really bad.
Because that one, that music, that drum beat is just
Yeah.
pumping.
Yeah. But in the original trailer, it's sort of music from the nightclub
Oh,
is
okay.
over the whole trailer.
Yep.
And I think they thought, well, we don't really need to invest much in the trailer because we're going to leak the box shot
Right.
and everyone's going to come and see it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was a really high octane. That wasn't it? That trailer, like it's so.
It was.
It was
You've
sort of
got
like
the car
It
chase.
was a bit like Speed.
Yeah, you've got all the hitting all the high, all the
just
fast
getting
parts of
faster
the
and
movie.
faster and more
Yeah.
tense and more tense. It's a
Yeah.
good trailer. That's a bloody good trailer.
Good
that
trailer.
one.
Good
Yeah.
trailer. Okay, critical thinking. This one, Basic Instincts rates 7.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has it rotten at 56%
Ah.
Wow.
with a 64% audience score. So a little bit more liked by the audience than the critics. We've got a couple reviews. A good review here. Peter Travers from Rolling Stone. Verhoeven's cinematic wet dream delivers the goods, especially when Sharon Stone struts on with enough come-on carnality to singe the screen. The cum is spelled with an O.
And what about the carnality? Oh, it's
Yeah.
not like Ricky Gervais.
No.
How he spelled it with the U.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all about Sharon Stone, this movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about Sharon Stone. Okay, I've got a bad review from Kenneth Turan from the LA Times. Now, he's done a few bad reviews for us, old Kenny.
Okay.
Basic Instinct is a reminder of the difference between exhilaration and exhaustion, between tension and hysteria, between eroticism and exhibitionism. The line may be fine, but it's real enough to separate the great thrillers from the also-rans.
Wow. Yeah. Look, actually, that kind of makes sense. But I'd put it in they're all positives
Right.
as not negatives.
You're a big fan of this one.
Not a massive fan, but I think it's a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's got enough twists in it to make it
Mate.
exciting, and there's obviously a massive lashing of nudity and sex scenes. So,
Mate,
Oh,
mate, it's got more twists than a 7-year-old's pigtail.
yeah,
right.
that's when. But taking away the sex scenes, there's still a good story there. Like
Yeah.
this story's not straightforward.
Do you,
You sort of it's a whodunit.
did you get the feeling that they didn't know who did it?
No. Who are you talking about?
The actors.
Anyone making the movie?
The people making the movie.
The
No.
do you think Paul Verhoeven knew who the killer was before they started?
They knew who the killer was, and so they did everything they can to throw other suspects
Throw
into the
shade.
mix. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because to deflect from the killer. So they knew exactly who the killer was, but every single clue is for everyone else but the killer.
Okay. All right. I'll take that for you. G-Man, Ordinary People, take it away.
Okay, let's start with Michael Douglas. Now, he started his career as another San Francisco cop in the streets of San
Yeah.
Francisco.
Carl Malden.
Steve Keller
Yeah,
with Carl
yes.
Malden.
Another
Yeah,
Morgs lookalike.
Morgs lookalike.
absolutely.
The original.
Morgs are like early.
Morgs are like early.
Yeah, 98 episodes in the early 70s. In 75, he quit that show to produce One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest
Yeah.
and won an Academy Award as a producer
Did well.
for that. Yeah, so after that, he's in the China Syndrome, then obviously Romancing the Stone.
Great movie.
And in 85, he was in 2 movies, one, The Jewel of the Nile, the follow-up to Romancing the Stone,
Yeah.
and 2, A Chorus Line. But the biggest thing he did in 85, the biggest thing was the Billy Ocean music video.
Yes.
Oh, right.
when
yeah,
the going gets tough.
the white suits.
Mate,
Yeah.
I watched that the other day.
Oh, did you?
Actually watched it the other day.
With
It's
Kathleen and Danny
and
the
Danny
backup
Danny
singers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do-
Tough get going.
Oh,
They do the
they got some
worst
choreo.
dance. Yeah.
When the going gets rough. The tough get rough.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
you
then
can't lose going with Billy Ocean.
How good's Billy Ocean?
Yeah.
he was prime there too.
Caribbean Queen.
Yep.
One of the greatest songs of all time.
But after that, that was 85. 87, he was in Fatal Attraction, another massive hit for him. And then Wall Street in 87 as well as Gordon Gekko. So Best Actor Oscar for that one. That's his second Academy Award. Black Rain in 89, we've talked about before.
Fuck, I love Black Rain.
Yeah.
One of Ridley's underrated gems.
War of the Roses, 89. Basic Instinct, obviously Falling Down in 93. Great
Yep.
movie. Very different storyline in that one.
It is.
Disclosure. He was in The
That's a
Game,
great movie.
97. You Mean Dupree in 2006. In Ant-Man and then Avengers.
When did he go to sex rehab? Wasn't he one?
That was in
Oh,
the
it's-
90s. Wasn't it?
As we broke up with his wife, he's
Deandra.
divorced. Yeah, Deandra Douglas.
Michael Douglas is his own trope of just rooting young women in movies. Because I was looking at the sort of the cast here, like he's 14 years older than
He's
Sharon
47.
Stone.
He's
Yeah.
47 in
and
this movie.
19 years older than old Triplehorn.
It's her first movie.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah, her first movie.
Dreamy Blurter.
yeah. Well, he's and then for all these other movies, he's shagging these young women.
Well, he didn't want Sharon Stone. He wanted Demi Moore or Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah,
well,
he
he got
wanted-
Demi Moore in Disclosure.
Yeah.
But he was 47. So there
Yeah.
was a lot of people that didn't like the
Age gap.
well, not that, but the scene in the nightclub because it's like, hey,
Oh, yeah, I
I'm
know.
47.
He was
A bit
he
like
was
you blokes down at the Brighton.
he was so much older than every other person.
I
in
know.
that thing.
I know. He's standing on the desk like you go, mate. What are you doing here, you old?
Did
bugger?"
did you see the African American? Did
first
you
bit?
see the African American meathead cutting shapes in the club?
Oh, was there? There was a lot of shape cutting in there.
Mate, he's doing the small shapes like
No,
me.
I've got that. I've got that in my bad.
What
some of
about
that, man.
Roxy with
Yeah.
the behind the shoulder?
Oh god.
Yeah, I know.
the club scene is the worst scene of
Oh,
the movie.
no.
Well, some
And
bits of it.
some bits of it are okay.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway, so look, he's had a long list of producer credit, but he's 25 years older. He was, what did you say, 14 years older than his first wife? He was 14 years older than Deandra.
And
Okay.
And he's 25 years older than his current wife, Catherine Zeta.
My God, and they've been married for at least 20 years.
Yeah,
I
they've been
reckon.
married for a long
Maybe
time.
not that long. Yeah, maybe that long.
They got the same
Gosh,
birthday.
she was a great sort, Catherine
So
Zeta
he's
Jones.
just kept rooting young women.
Well, you know why?
Saggy buns.
Not just that, mate. And I'm going to get to it.
Big
I'm
what?
going to get to it. But he's an exponent of the first eight lingus.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's why they hang around.
Right. Yeah. So he's obviously, yeah, that's why he
They
went to
ripped that out
sex
in the movie,
therapy.
didn't he?
They do. And I want to touch on that.
Right.
I want to touch on that.
So to speak.
I feel
Um,
I should.
All right,
Sharon Bone.
Sharon Stone. She had some early TV roles in Silver Spoons in 82 and Remington Steel,
She
that's
was a
good
big
movie.
TV,
She was
TV jobber.
Magnum PI,
Yeah.
and
Jeez.
starred across from Adrian Zmed in TJ
DJ
Hooker.
Hooker.
She had a couple of small roles in Action Jackson in 88 and Above the Law.
Yeah,
Played
she
Sarah
was
Toscani.
Nico's wife.
But that was Total Recall in 1990 was the movie that
Yep.
really put her on the map. She was on the movie called Scissors in 91.
Is that a lesbian thriller? Yeah.
I hope so.
But then Basic Instinct 92 thrust her right out into the limelight.
Yeah.
Sure did.
And then Sliver 93, Last
So-
Action Hero 93.
So with Sliver, have you heard recently in the news that she
Yeah,
was
the
told
blow
that
up.
she should have just had sex with Billy Baldwin. The director said to her, "You should have sex with Billy
Yeah, to
Baldwin
build the chemistry."
To build the chemistry."
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
one way of bit of team building.
Yeah, and I'm not sure whether at that time that Billy was with China Phillips, whether he was holding on for one more day.
Oh,
But,
Billy was shagging everything then too.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Mate, he was brooding through the 90s.
He's brooding. Well,
brooded
he's hot off Backdraft.
Flatliners.
So
Fair game.
starring opposite Donald Rimjob.
After that, she was in Intersection with Richard Gere in 94. The Specialist with Sly,
Oh God,
94 as well.
Well, so that was the first time that Sly really did a big nude sex scene, and the shower scene with Sharon Stone is awful. It's
Isn't
so
he
bad.
full frontal?
Yeah, he gets the widger out. Don't worry about
Does
that. Yeah, Sly. Not like Michael Douglas in this one.
No, he refused.
No.
Put a clause in. Look, after that, The Quick and the Dead, 95. I watched that only a few weeks ago.
Yep.
It just happened to be on.
Yeah, she roots
Cowboy
Leo.
action.
She roots Leo DiCaprio. Paid Leo DiCaprio's salary in that movie,
Yep.
Did she?
and Russell Crowe's. Very
Yeah,
generous.
she saw Russell in Romper Stomper
Yep,
and wanted to do a movie
wanted,
with him.
wanted him
Yeah.
involved, yeah. And look, after that, obviously, Casino was
Loved
another
his
big
politics.
one. But yes, Casino in 95 is
Great
Ginger
movie.
McKenna. Great
Great
movie, great role for her.
Yeah.
Just quickly, that leg crossing scene
Yeah.
was voted sexiest leg moment on screen in a poll for Veet.
Oh, for Veet. Is that
For
the
Veet,
waxing
yeah.
company? Or
Wow.
wow. Yeah.
Looks like from what I could see, the waxing stopped at the legs.
It's 92.
She may be an outie as well. Just throwing it out
Oh.
there.
Well, that's why. Oh, anyway.
Anyway,
But that wasn't in the original script. So Paul Verhoeven put that in.
yeah,
halfway
he was a
through,
bit.
He went,
I think he was.
he
a
went,
bit,
oh, hang on, this might work really well.
He was
Oh,
a bit sneaky.
Yeah, he was a bit
He's
sneaky.
a bit sneaky there.
Anyway, let's move on.
Well done, G-Man.
Let's go to George Zunza.
Oh, I love. Is that his name, Zunza? You reckon that's how we
Yeah,
pronounce
Zunza.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard them
Zunza.
say it. Yeah.
Not
Z-
Dzunda?
with the silent
Zunza.
Z. Yes.
Yeah, Zunza.
Love it. Must have two silences.
Yeah. The beginning
one
of
at the end
back.
and the one at the
Yeah,
front.
Yeah. Pretty cool name.
Zunza.
He was obviously the Deer Hunter. Remember, he was John
Yes.
in Deer Hunter 78. That was an early role. He was in No Mercy with Richard Gere and Kim Basinger in 86.
Okay.
White Hunter, Black Heart with Clint Eastwood, 1990.
Right.
He was actually in the very first season of Law and Order too. He was written out after the first season.
Right.
But yeah, obviously 92 is Basic Instinct. He was in Crimson Tide, Dangerous Minds,
Great movie, Crimson Tide.
Species 2.
Oh.
Does he have sex with
Species. That's
with Natalie
Natasha
Henstridge? Natasha
Henstridge.
Henstridge.
Yeah.
The first Species,
Yeah. That was a good
I
one.
reckon that's more of an erotic thriller than Basic Instinct.
Yeah. Bloody hell. She's written everything.
Forrest Whitaker gets a crack.
Old side eye.
Yeah. I think that's how it happened. He had a stroke while filming that scene.
Yeah.
But anyway, good old George retired from acting in 2011. He's done a few stage plays since then. He's got a bit of morgues in him.
Oh, I think he'd be a
Done few
theatre
local
kid.
plays,
Chubby
yeah.
theatre kid.
Local
Yeah.
theatre groups, yeah.
Yeah. Definite chubby theatre kid.
And then Jeannie Triplehorn. This, as Whitey said before, this was her. Well, she had a TV debut in a show called The Perfect Tribute, but this was her first movie in 92. Sorry, she was in The Firm in 93. She actually throughout the 90s, she got The Firm,
She had-
Waterworld, Sliding Doors.
She had a big run and then she
yeah,
disappeared.
Mickey
really.
Blue Eyes with Hugh Grant.
Yeah. And then she just disappears.
Well, she was in the TV show Big Love. She did three or
That's
three
with
or so
Billy Paxton.
with Bill Paxton, and then she was in Criminal Minds for a couple of years too in the 2012, and most recently in The Terminal List with Chris Pratt. Have you seen?
Oh,
that?
yeah, I watched that.
Oh.
That's actually not bad.
really good show.
I got halfway and I turned
Yeah,
it
I
off.
didn't mind.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
But look, speaking of Sliding Doors, she was the original choice for the lead in Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Oh, instead of Andy McDowell.
Yep. But when she was actually leaving for the UK, and she stopped off to see her mum in Texas, and her mum passed away when she was
okay.
there, and so she couldn't take the role. So Andy McDowell stepped in and played the role. She was also cast as Mia Wallace in Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
Yep, turned down the role and replaced by Uma Thurman.
gee. God, she's not very smart.
I don't know why she turned that one down, but she also replaced Robin Wright in The Firm. So Robin Wright had the role. She got pregnant.
Oh, you know what? I think it's a better movie with Robin Wright. Anything's better with Robin Wright.
Yeah, Robin Wright's pretty good.
In Forrest Gump,
Jenny.
when she said to him, "Hey, see you, Forrest. I'll be back when you're a billionaire and I'm pregnant with AIDS."
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
We're doing Forrest Gump coming soon.
Right.
Just
Oh,
like Forrest himself.
Jenny.
Jenny.
Often considered the worst villain in movie history too.
Forrest Gump.
Jenny.
Oh. Yeah, she's bad. She's bad news. She's bad
She
news.
wasn't great to poor old Forrest, was she?
No, she wasn't.
But just quickly, some other names in the movie. Obviously, Wayne Knight was in it. Newman.
Oh, yeah,
hang on.
Newman.
He's so good. But really, when you look at him, what do you say? Newman.
Newman.
You don't. What's his name in the show? I wouldn't have a clue. I call him Newman. He's Newman and everything.
He's Newman. It doesn't matter.
Well, the funny thing was,
Even in
that
Jurassic Park.
the story
Newman.
goes that Steven Spielberg
Mm.
saw him in this and wanted him to play Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park. So
Yes.
he waited till the end credits and saw his name and then got a hold of him to be
Yep.
Nedry.
He's good in Jurassic Park.
You're really good.
Yeah.
Just quickly, also Chelsea Ross is in this. He was Captain Talcott,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a wanker in this movie.
wanker in this one.
He's a wanker in everything. He's a wanker
Oh.
in Major League.
All I can think of is up your butt, Bill.
You're such a-
Well, but that's the thing. I find that there's other actors in this, like the other psychologist, the cop guy. I don't know his real name. Tom. He's kind of got a Polish name. Probably eats herring.
Yeah.
But he was Ned Ryerson in.
Yeah, the needle nose Ned.
Needle nose.
Stephen
yeah.
Tobolowsky.
Stephen
Oh, that guy.
Tobolowsky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him. Yeah. So I
Needle
know
nose
him
Ned.
from Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
Needle
Needle
nose
nose
Ned.
sure as heck fire remember you. And then obviously Newman, and then And Nielsen was Kruger Smoothie.
Kruger, and there's also Agent Skinner from the X-Files is one of the other
Right.
cops.
That's the thing. And so Chelsea from Major League, you know all these other people
Yeah,
better from all these other shows.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's him and that's him.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I was just thinking Nielsen was Kruger
Yes.
the whole time. It's
Yeah.
Kruger Smoothing.
G-Man, anything more?
No, that's it for the cast.
Okay. Just before you get, are you going to do budget?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, roll into budget because I've got a few awards at the end if you don't have any.
Okay, here we go. So 117.7 million domestically, 235 internationally for 352.9
Whoa.
worldwide. $15 million on the opening weekend on a budget of $49 million. Now that's put it at number 4 for the year.
Yep.
At 352. The biggest movie that year was Aladdin, 504 million. The Bodyguard
Frankie Farmer.
of Frank Farmer in at 2 and 411 million.
Strangles loves The Bodyguard. It's one
Yeah.
of his favourites.
Okay.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Home Alone 2 was in at 358, and then Lethal Weapon 3 rounded out the top 5.
Oh.
But for the awards, Unforgiven won 4 awards that year, including Best Picture
Good
and
movie.
obviously Best Director for Clint Eastwood. Other winners were Bram Stoker's Dracula and Howard's End had 3 awards. Al Pacino was Best Actor for Scent of a Woman, and Emma Thompson was Best Actress for Howard's End. Gene Hackman Best Supporting for Unforgiven too.
Unforgiven, yeah. He's excellent in that.
Yep. He's a dickhead.
Please.
No, he's kind of not a bad bloke, but he's a dickhead.
Al Pacino's good.
Great.
Yes, there we go. Thank you, Al.
Fuck, dying. Okay, so there's a few awards.
Yeah, what in what?
Not a lot of nominations.
The prestigious Crying Monkey.
Well,
Awards?
it's
the
more-
Beijing Film Festival.
It's more the Kama Sutra
Right.
awards. But look, because we want to stay in the on the roll with it, it was nominated for a Saturn Award. Best horror film as a Saturn Award in 1993.
Right.
Also nominated, Sharon Stone was nominated. Paul Verhoeven was nominated. Joe Esterhazy was nominated for writing. And Jerry Goldsmith was nominated for a Saturn Award. Jerry Goldsmith was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, he should.
He
This-
was.
This
Right.
is phenomenal.
It's a good score.
It's phenomenal.
The music's great.
Yeah.
It won. He won the BMI, which is the British Film Award, for the BMI Film and TV Awards. So Jerry Goldsmith won for the score,
Great.
for music. Paul Verhoeven was nominated for Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival for
Right.
the movie of the year. So there were a lot of nominations.
Yep.
Didn't really win a lot.
No,
No.
it won 2 awards.
It's just an honor
Oh,
to
sorry,
be
got nominated
nominated.
for 2. That was it.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, when you look at some of the other movies, like My Cousin Vinny was out.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
just
There's heaps of good
fantastic.
movies.
Yeah.
Sharon Stone did win MTV Movie Award Best Female Performance.
Oh, what about Best Kiss?
No, let me just see.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas
Damn
was
it.
nominated,
Her and Roxy.
and Sharon Stone won for Most Desirable Female.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
Best Kiss should have been her and Roxy.
And
good-
yeah, good point. And it was nominated for 3 Razzies.
Oh,
Michael Douglas.
Yep.
Jean Triplehorn,
oh,
and then Worst New Star Sharon Stone.
wow.
Didn't win any.
How could she be nominated as worst new star?
There's just a bunch of dickheads.
That's a bizarre one. I mean, she plays a pretty good role
She
in it.
plays it really well.
Whether you don't like the movie, she's pretty good. She nails the role.
Yep.
Have you got anything there on Paul Verhoeven at all? I just want to.
Yeah.
He loves. I'll tell you, he loves putting tits in his movies.
He does. But I want to just run you on this run from 83 to 2000. 83 is the Fourth Man. Flesh and Blood is the next one, which stars Jack Thompson and Tom Burlinson. Just quietly. Then 87, RoboCop. 90, Total Recall. 92, Basic Instinct. 95, Showgirls.
Tits.
97, Starship Troopers.
Tits.
It's
2000, 2000 with the Cockasons. Kevin Bacon in Hollow Man.
Yeah, and tits.
Yeah, and then actually, I think the next movie he makes after that, 2005, which is Black Book, which is an excellent World War II movie with Carice Van Houten, who's the Red
Oh,
Witch.
yep,
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
Melisandre.
Fits.
Yes.
Yeah. Guy Pearce's wife.
Yes.
He just loves because
Loves a set of tits.
but when this came out 292 we were looking at people in picture magazines to see some
Well, one of the awards that I forgot was the 1992 Azalea Cottage Stuberanovich
What?
Guilt Years Award. Sharon Stone, winner.
Yes.
Yes. So
Definitely.
anyway, you know who you are.
Apparently, because there was about 13 actresses that were put up. Like
Before
Paul
her.
Verhoeven wanted her originally, but couldn't get it through. And there was about 13 actresses, but a heap of them turned it down because he kept seeing them and talking to them, interviewing them, and then he say, "There's a heap of nudity. This is so much nudity," and all of them were turning it down. So all the Demi Moores, all those people, like, yeah, I don't want to do that full frontal nudity.
They're not good sports, like Sharon.
No,
No
Sharon was
no body doubles used in this
no
movie.
body, no
at
body
all.
doubles in the sex scenes. No,
Oh. The good old days.
Yeah. But this is where, you couldn't just look, there was not a lot of soft porn competition. You either bought a VHS at Canberra or
Fishwick.
at Fishwick, or you looked at your Playboy mag, but there wasn't the internet where you can just go and look at anything.
I actually have this discussion semi-regularly about how hard it was
Yeah.
to get your hands on some quality
Well,
material.
I know you're using bloody Target catalogs.
Supro.
It's
The Supro lingerie catalogue.
I know. So when this came along, this was like manna from heaven.
It's magna cum laude pussy. That's what it is.
done fries up your brain.
Yes, Zunza.
Zon's one of the great movies. Okay, 1975, Hit, Sleeper, and Dud.
I'm pretty sure it's not 75.
Sorry, it's not either.
It's only 92.
I've got to change. Listen to the 1965 and Dud, G-Man. You have the hit.
Well, there was a few that I could have gone with, but I did go with one that I really like, and that is
That's the point of it.
A Few Good Men. No, I was looking at Reservoir Dogs. I was looking at a few others, but A Few Good Men. It's a really good drama. It's got some good twists in it as well.
I watched that a couple of weekends ago.
Yeah.
It's still excellent.
It is such a good movie. You can rewatch that quite easily, and we get to see Tom Cruise pretend drunk. One of Morg's favorites.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, it's
Does he
bad.
pretend drunk down the street?
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. Yeah,
Shit
great
hair.
courtroom drama.
I don't mind hearing that.
Shit
It
hair.
is really short, but yeah.
Yeah, some really good actors. Kevin Bacon's really good in this.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, that's right. He was the other.
Noah
Tony.
Wiley.
Yeah, yeah,
Morg's favourite, Matthew Markinson, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew
He's a
Markinson.
ghost.
He's a
Yeah.
ghost.
yeah.
Yeah, great ensemble cast, and a really, really good movie. So that was my pick.
Good. We're going to do that soon, I reckon.
Yeah,
A Few Good Men. That'd be good fun.
definitely.
Yeah, there's some good stuff and some bad stuff in that, which would fit in Good, the Bad, the Ugly, right?
Well, there you go.
Oh,
That's what-
fuck.
yeah,
It's like they made it for us
it was. Yeah.
specifically. Okay, I'm the sleeper. 1992, interesting year, Gow said. Heaps to choose from. Gow, this is a favourite of ours. Boomerang.
Yeah,
Oh
good
my
movie.
God.
Eddie Murphy.
Right.
And a successful executive and womanizer finds his lifestyle choices have turned back on him when his new female boss turns out to be an even bigger deviant than he is. She's just a bitch. This is Mike Tyson's ex-missus, Robin
Oh,
Givens.
Robin Givens, yeah.
And she's just an actually bitch in this movie, but it's Halle Berry. Halle Berry's first movie. She's
Unbelievable.
50 out of 10. It's got so many bit parts. Martin Lawrence is in it.
Yep.
And then it's got the dad. It's got Courtney, mushroom jacket, got mushroom belt, got mushroom pants. It's just so many little bit parts which are
Fresh
freaking
Rocks
hilarious.
in it. Yeah, there's heaps.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this would have won 1,000,000 Razzies.
it
back
probably
then.
would have, but
This
this
was
is why it's a
so
sleeper.
panned. Yeah.
That's why it's a sleeper.
Yeah.
Grace Jones is in it. She plays Strange,
Yep.
and she keeps getting the flange out. Right, keeps flashing a flange all the time.
Oh, bloody
Eartha
Sharon
Kitt.
Stone
Did
style.
he take down Eartha Kitt?
Eartha Kitt takes down Eartha Kitt.
Catwoman.
And I really like Boomerang. It's underrated.
Yep.
It did get absolutely panned, which is why it's asleep.
Yep.
Damo, Dud.
I found this kind of hard, actually, Dad, but I went for one that I mentioned the other week, The Bad Lieutenant.
Oh,
Harvey
yes.
Oh my
Keitel.
God, it's where he jerks off.
Yeah, with those two girls in
Yeah,
the car.
he's in the car. Oh God, it's bad.
I'm pretty sure he did a full frontal nudity bit as well, like standing there in the Jesus
Yeah,
pose.
yeah.
Dick out, which is good, which is probably the only good bit in it. But
Frontal or side?
full frontal,
Okay.
it wasn't our favourite side.
Unfortunate. I
Yeah.
must prefer a side.
Yeah, but I just remember I've only watched it once, and I was having flashbacks, and I remember a few scenes, but it was shit house.
Thank-
Pushing the limit, crossing the line.
Yeah, it was. It was deep. It was really deep. It was a bit like Bad Boy Bub.
Yeah, just
That sort of level.
over the top. It's like,
Yeah. Without the great tits flow.
and the hot looking
I'm
sound.
gonna see your Bad Lieutenant,
Okay.
and I'm gonna raise you Nick Cage did a sequel, Bad Lieutenant
Oh,
New Orleans
New
or something,
Orleans,
and it is
Port of Call, New Orleans.
Port of Call. That's it, Port of Call.
Are you
It
serious?
is so. It could be the worst movie ever made.
Jeez.
He is so bad in this movie. He is so over the top. It's right at the start of his
Yeah. Yep.
immaculate
Overacting.
drop.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's shocking. Shocking. Okay, we've got a few questions for this one. Question time. What is the first thing that you think of when someone mentions Basic Instinct?
Oh, it's the white dress leg scene.
Yep.
That's what everybody knows. And it's been
Yeah.
parodied so many times.
Yes.
The beaver scene is without doubt. And apparently it is the most paused scene in VHS history.
Yeah. There's a lot of tracking marks on those rental.
Every
videos.
rental, they go to watch it and it gets all tracking all crackly at
that's
that
it.
scene.
That's it.
But of course, that one scene, it steals the show.
Well, it
It defines Sharon Stone as well.
yeah, for sure. It absolutely did. Is any woman worth the chance of being stabbed to death with an ice pick?
Oh, it looked brutal. No, it would be a bit scary. And especially
but
it was
Nick-
32
Well,
times.
to be fair, poor old Boz Skaggs or whatever.
Well, he
Johnny
doesn't
Boz,
know.
He didn't
Johnny
have a
Boz.
clue.
No, but Nick
No,
does. Nick
Nick does,
knows.
yeah.
Nick knows.
He's-
But he flicks between because he's
He
like,
does, he
she's guilty,
flicks.
and then he's like,
He
nah.
flicks.
Now that I've had the magna cum laude, I don't think so.
Yeah, he changes multiple times.
He does.
Even in the last 10 minutes, he changes his mind
Yeah.
again. and
She must
again.
have a red cape with an S on it hanging out of it.
Yeah.
Does Nick fall far too early? He knows her one day and he's taking up smoking again. He's back on the
On the
piss,
Yeah.
double jack.
and he's about to shoot someone. Like he unravels super fast.
Yeah, way too fast.
This guy's supposed to be this big swinging
Hardens
dick
cop, yep.
detective, and he unravels quick. And you know what? They don't even really tell us that his wife dies until
No.
she tells us that. And so there's not even a reason to think that why he might be a bit mentally weak.
Was he looking for a reason to unravel?
I think
like,
he definitely was. I think he wasn't
as soon
being
as he met
himself.
her, he's like, "Yep, I'm back on the
yeah.
piss."
She just knew.
She
his buttons.
unravelable. She's
She pressed his
unravel worthy.
buttons, She targeted him. She just knew what was going to make him unravel.
Yeah.
and it worked. But was it only one day? Was it the first night?
Mate, he was the next day.
So they did.
He's on the durries.
They went and met her at the beach house.
Yep.
Then wasn't it the next
they
day?
took
the
her to the-
Then they
interrogation?
took it. It's when she goes in for that. After that, they go to the bar.
Yeah.
And then he's back on the piss. Doubles. I go, give us a double.
Yeah.
And then Shooter comes in.
Oh,
Cayuga.
Nielsen shooter.
Cayuga.
Yeah.
What's it? Cougar smoothing?
Kruger
Cougar
smoothing.
smoothing. That's
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Cayuga.
The R fell off the sign. So it's
Oh,
Cayuga.
that's right.
Cayuga.
That's right.
So funny. Are there too many twists and red herrings in this movie?
I don't think so. I think it's quite cleverly written because there's a real ambiguity. You start thinking one thing and then they throw these other things to make you think another thing. And it is a bit complex. I'd say the first watch, you probably are scratching your head a little bit too much. But by the second watch, you kind of you're able to follow along. But yeah, I think at first you probably do think it's a bit congested with red herrings.
I think it's enough to throw you off because especially the sex scene when she reaches under the cover.
She's
for
one
what you
trick
think
pony.
is the ice pick, and then it's not, and then she just falls forward. So there's sort of keeping you on edge the whole time, and then they throw the curveball with Jeannie Triple Horn. So
Yeah, and the driver's license,
which is
and the
I'll
photos.
get to that, but that's an odd curveball to me. But
Jenny Blurter will only be named for that.
She's got really nice lips, old Jeannie, I think.
Well, he didn't use them.
Yes, we did.
He went for the chocolate starfish, mate.
It was too quick. You can't just like go bang in.
Well, that's the problem. We're
okay.
saving it. We're
Yeah,
saving
right.
it. Okay, is Catherine the murderer?
Yes, 100%.
well, she drops the ice pick under the bed at the end.
Does she drop it in? Does she drop that, or is
No, it was just under there. But
is she the murderer?
Well, she was leaning down into a. So well, this
is
is
Beth
the thing.
is Beth the murderer, or is
No.
Catherine the murderer?
Catherine is 100% the murderer. There is no question about it. She wrote it in her book that the partner dies, and then also you saw the clue when when they spoke to Jeannie Triplehorn, and Michael Douglas
Who?
said, Jean Triplehorn,
Who?
Blurter,
Genie Blurter. Thank
Right.
you. Yes.
that he said you need to get your locks fixed, which allowed Catherine Tramell to go in and plant all the evidence. There's all these little subtle hints. So, but the most obvious one is she wrote, "Your partner dies in the lift," and you can see it written there.
Yeah, it's written on the
on the
page.
final page.
Yeah.
And that's when Michael Douglas realizes, holy shit, my partner's about to get killed. So he's now thinking Catherine's the killer. Then when he gets there and he sees Blurter,
Yeah.
he says,
Thank you.
yeah.
Blurterhorn.
And then he changed his mind again. Like I said, he changed his mind twice in the last 5 minutes.
Amazing vagina.
and
She
then-
must have amazing.
And then all
vagina.
that evidence has been planted. And the most obvious, wasn't it in Jack Reacher, the first movie, the Tom Cruise one, when there's so much evidence, he goes, this is ridiculous, the amount of
There's
evidence.
too much.
There's too much evidence. It's like this perfect amount of, that's what Jean Triplehorn's room was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had the most obvious evidence in there.
But everything was obvious. I think the whole way along.
Well, and also,
She's going to do this. She's going to
Okay.
say, why would I do this? I've put it in my book. I'm going to do everything. Just seems to
Yeah.
be.
but also the opening scene where Johnny Boz cops it, they're the same tits that Sharon Stone's got. Now, you can't deny it. They got the same boobs. You can see.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I did a lineup of tits, I would pick Sharon Stone's out and go, that's the set of tits.
They're the murdering
That's
tits.
the murdering tits. And the
Killer tits. Attack of the killer tits.
because it was Sharon Stone doing that scene. They blurred out her face, but they didn't blur out those.
Blurred or
lips.
blurted?
Oh, Jesus.
No, number 5.
I'm trying to keep
One of the
this-
great cold opens
the
of all
great-
time.
I'm trying to keep this clean.
Oh God, so was she. Okay, well done, gentlemen. As I said, we had quite a bit of feedback for the 100th episode. A lot of congratulations. A lot of people questioning my role in the whole thing
Oh.
and nominating myself as the captain.
It's Quint.
Uh,
Quint's not. It's a bit of a backhanded compliment to yourself.
well, this
'cause he
is
was
the
a
thing.
mental
He was a
case.
mental case.
Yeah.
This is what I'm
It's
saying.
not like you're
Well,
James Kirk.
No. Well, I could be. What are you saying?
Now he's over the top, isn't
What are
he?
you saying? What if we were to choose characters today for Basic Instinct?
Ooh, I'll be Roxy.
Do you think you'd be Roxy?
I'll be Jane Triplehorn.
Blurter Giles.
Why not?
G-Man, who would you be?
George Zunza.
You would be. You would be Hoss.
Hoss.
You'd be Hoss.
Short
With his
cowboy.
cowboy hat. Yeah.
Okay.
Making a scene in the cafe.
I'd be
sauce.
I'd be Johnny Boz.
Yeah.
Just over quickly.
32 ice pick stabs to your
Yeah.
neck and head.
Got off before I got off.
Yeah.
Well done, gentlemen. Let's slide into the good, the bad, and the ugly. G-Man, let's start with you for good.
Okay, you just hit one of them there. The ice pick through the head at the start. It
Whoa.
is so good.
And it's shocking.
Goes through the
Yeah.
nose.
Yeah, they used a prosthetic head.
I hope
Oh,
so.
That's not. So it's fake.
Yeah.
So,
He
but they
didn't
had-
die in real life.
But there's just when I looked at it, I was like, oh, how did they do that? Like it's because it is so realistic. But just to see you get stabbed 32 times.
She's super violent.
Yeah, super violent.
Super violent.
I thought the chemistry between the two of them was really good.
Yep.
They sort of smoldered through all of that movie.
They didn't like each other. They were
Who?
very uncomfortable. Michael Douglas
In
and
real life.
Sharon
Sharon
Stone.
Yes, in real
Really?
life.
They're actually very uncomfortable around each other.
And that sort of comes across. But there was definitely a sense of that
Yeah.
sexual or that, physical attraction there
Yeah.
between them, right?
Yeah.
Straight away.
My physical attraction.
Maybe they did a team bonding session like they did for Sliver, or they wanted to for Sliver.
Maybe. Lucky Michael.
Sharon and Michael to go and actually go in the back room, actually get
Just
out
do
of your
it.
system. Yeah,
First day. You know what to do, Michael.
he sure does.
The other thing I did like the scene where Gus Moran was drunk.
Yeah,
Getting with him.
in the get his hot sauce in the
that's it,
cafe.
get the hot sauce. Yeah, that was
he,
good.
He was really loud in that
Yeah.
restaurant.
He's
just
so
keeps
he's
yelling.
so obnoxious.
Oh, I was like, imagine sitting next to that bloke. He'd be going, "Shut up,
Yeah.
mate."
And
If
then
he
you-
was in the cinema with Sonny,
Yeah,
It'd be game over.
Yeah, it'd be DEFCON 5.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah,
But then he just gets in the car
he
and
was
drives home. He
he
could
wasn't
barely
Yeah, he's a
walk.
bandit.
He
He
was
is.
slaughtered.
chili can sober anyone up, though.
Yeah, he loves
He had enough of it, didn't
splashing
he?
that hot
Yeah.
sauce on.
Okay. Is that it, G-Man?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Damo.
Yeah, Sharon Stone, like as we mentioned, an absolute dead set Hollywood beauty, but to be such a good sport, to get all the gear off in like a soft porn,
It's a big ask, isn't it?
it's a ballsy sort of move.
It doesn't. It would. Well, in saying that, like you did liken her to Sydney Sweeney. And Sydney Sweeney she become famous for getting a rack out
Oh, in
in Euphoria.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's why she's famous.
yeah. She's famous for her set of Norks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so it's there's a lot of parallels between those two.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think good on you, Sharon.
Yeah.
No, well done. We talked about Jerry Goldsmith just over the past probably 4 weeks. I watched Alien, right? And Jerry Goldsmith's name came up as
Yep.
the composer. Now I haven't really listened to too much Jerry. Then I watched Gremlins about 3 weeks. Jerry Goldsmith came up. Then I watched Rambo 2 and I watched Rambo 3 in the last 2 weeks. Jerry Goldsmith. Then I watched Basic Instinct. Jerry Goldsmith.
This is a very good score from the first minute.
Mate, exactly.
It's very eerie.
Yeah.
Oh, and it builds that crescendo.
Yeah.
It actually works in with that shag scene.
Yeah.
Like it builds up. It should be like the Jaws motif. This should be like the motif for
rooting.
a sperm coming out of Johnny Boz. It's on its traveling. It's because it's building up, and then it blows,
And then it just comes.
and then that's I spent time. But that score just builds up so good. So Jerry Goldsmith, he's absolutely phenomenal.
amazing.
I
He's
think
amazing.
you're right. I think the music at the start sets
Oh,
the scene for the
it
whole
does.
movie. It's
Yeah, it's
very
incredible.
mysterious,
And it just
haunting. Yeah,
builds
and you
and
sort of
builds
you get
and
the
builds.
you get the gist of the movie straight away from that.
I think
The gist?
The gist.
Oh, right. Sorry.
But you remember
It's the
too
vibe. It's the vibe.
I thought you were going to say the jizz. But anyway.
when Gus and Nick first met Catherine Tramell, when they were,
When
Dro-
he's creeping on her around the corner
no, when they walked down to the beach house, but when they're driving away and they just get in the car,
and they look at each
they
other.
just look at each other. And they just give each other a smile like,
Yeah.
what the hell have we
Yeah.
just... I love that look.
Yeah.
It's just like two blokes
Yeah.
that have just met this hornbag.
Just like, holy shit.
Like, that was pretty bloody funny. But yeah, I said those sex scenes, they were absolutely controversial at the time, or for a movie, they were so different.
Yep.
I saw this at the movies. I saw this at Manly. There was used to be a twin theater
Still
at
is.
Manly.
Still is.
The Corso?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it's opposite the wharf.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw this like must have been 92. And I saw it with a bunch of my mates, and one of our mates' girlfriends was there too. And I remember she was just like cringing every time there was another shag scene. We were
She was concerned.
loving it.
She was concerned.
Yeah. But I think we all went there just like, oh yeah, let's go check this movie out. With just, it was pretty. I can still distinctly remember going to Manly Twin and watching Basic Instinct.
Sure you can.
Boys, yeah.
Sure you can. Is that it?
Yep, that's it for good.
Okay. I've got Karolko, Mario Casar, fond memories. And we're actually going to touch on that in film school about the rise and fall of Karolko film. Some of the best movies of the 80s and 90s.
Red Heat.
Nope.
Were they not Red Heat?
Nope. But close. Very
I've
close.
seen Karolko at the beginning of a lot of movies.
Very close. Incredible start. The score, the theme is great. The music is incredible. Sloane's going to love that I'm going to use the word leitmotif, and he loves when you use it every week. He's sucker for a leitmotif. In fact, your new nickname might be just Damo Leitmotif Giles.
Good. And light is spelled E-L-E-I-T.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sharon Stone just looks amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The nipple, there's a nipple kiss in that first scene. You don't see that very often. Johnny Boz kisses the actual nipple.
Yeah.
And Michael Douglas does it later on in the movie.
Yes.
You wouldn't see that today.
No, it's more
and
formal.
even back then, they would usually kiss around the boob, but not the nipple.
Smack bang.
So they're all over it. From you sort of know, okay, well, this is something a little different.
Actually, even nowadays, has there been a movie like recently on the last one that has sex scenes like this
No way.
at the movie?
Well, they wouldn't make this. Wouldn't be made
No.
now. They don't make erotic thrillers anymore.
No.
Just purely because you can't do sex
Maybe
scenes.
since Species and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. Has there been a movie with better real estate? Her
Yeah,
two
pretty good.
houses are fucking incredible. The beach
San
house.
Francisco.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a nice spot.
Yeah, that's next level. isn't it?
Holy shit!
Well, it's not up there with old Iron Man, but it's pretty good.
No, but like legitimate houses,
Right.
like not made up.
Real houses.
Real houses,
Yeah.
like Field of Dreams houses, right? Real.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Goops
all right.
and
Yeah,
Jeno,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Had the good fire pit down the back. Great place.
The first murder, Johnny Boz, is and I've got it in my quotes, but it's probably my favorite interaction in the movie. There's cum stains all over the
I know, I
sheets.
know.
Very impressive.
Oh, well, but he hands him the old cum
I gotta
stained
say,
glasses.
Peter North did
Yep.
those cum stains.
Well, yeah, I know,
They were ropes over those sheets.
but those glasses that they put on to check him out.
Yeah,
Where do you get them? We should get some. Check the couch here
black light.
before we come in.
Yeah, you better be careful.
But that was funny. That give us a look. Give us a look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow, yeah. I
Did-
did. That was funny.
Didn't you think they were all very, chuckly and a bit
They were
blasé
very
about
chuckly.
a guy that's
Oh,
been stabbed 32 times in the neck?
That's why Chelsea wasn't real happy with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
he
have-
was
having a bit of
he
a
was a
laugh.
wanker,
Yeah,
Chelsea.
because he got off before he got off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1992, two women kissing in a movie was extremely edgy.
Yeah. Everything was edgy.
Extremely edgy. It probably kicked off in some way the lesbian the girls kissing from 92 and on. It seemed to become a bit of a thing. Not all the time, but I had not seen two girls in a movie. I'd seen two girls
Like in a mainstream movie.
in a mainstream movie.
Yeah.
Like I'd obviously seen stuff that I'd borrowed off people.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, yeah.
In regards to like actors kissing,
Yeah.
no.
Not too. Yeah. When was that movie Bound made with
Around the same
Gina
time.
Gershon and that?
Around the same
Well,
time.
then Showgirls. But Verhoeven did it again with
Yeah,
Gina
so I
Gershon
didn't
and,
mind it.
and Elizabeth Berkley.
Mhm.
Yes. Verhoeven
Jennifer
l-
Tilly is
Jennifer
in
Tilly.
Bound.
Yes. And,
Well,
yeah.
There was going to be a little bit more because Michael Douglas said no nudity, like had a clause no nudity or no full frontal
Yeah.
nudity,
For him.
but he also objected to the character being
Yeah, they're going to make him bisexual.
as well.
Oh, were they?
Well,
him
no, I
and-
think there was
him
a whole
and
thread because
Sunza
they
are gonna
all
kill
had.
us. That's why they called each other Hoss and Cowboy.
Oh, Jesus.
It's to ride him.
Right.
No, but
yeah.
there was part of the story was going to be that they both obviously have, no better.
Yeah. That would have probably
Free
killed,
boundaries.
That would have killed this movie, I would say.
Making him bi.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think it would have. I don't think it would have.
Yeah, fair enough.
Everyone went to see Sharon and Michael hooking in.
With saggy ass cheeks.
Yeah. I'll say,
Okay, so the movie keeps you guessing the whole way along.
Yep.
I think that is good, but I also think that it's not always in a good way. I think there are some things that are just thrown in there to throw you off the scent.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we're just going to fuck with them.
Yep.
We're just going to fuck with the audience. Like the whole blurter narrative is just fucking with the audience.
Yep. And the bit too where she says Oberman,
Yeah, I know. I said Hoberman.
she did say
She said
Oberman,
Oberman.
and there was no reason for that, for him to go down to Berkeley and then go back and find. There was absolutely no reason
But
for
the
that.
whole point was he goes all the way down there and
Yeah.
then finds out there's no Lisa Oberman and then just rings him back and goes, oh no, Hoberman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Why didn't you just ring in the
Yeah.
first place?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that was completely an unnecessary
Yeah.
part of it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's just to I guess throw shade on Jeannie
Just,
Blurter.
just add things, and just like so, Roxy had a history of murder. Hazel Dobkins,
Yep.
a history of murder. So all these little things were just like, oh shit, all these
But I think,
murderers.
like we said before, you need some of these because at the start it's it's pretty black and white that she's the killer or you believe she
Well, you
believes so.
don't-
And then then they start to throw that you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
where's the twist? There's going to be a twist, right? So
Yeah, well, because
then
then,
you're
you
wondering
meet
what the twist
Roxy.
is.
You meet Roxy.
Yeah.
You go, oh, it could be her.
Think
could be
it's her.
Roxy.
And then
yeah.
you find out that Jeannie Triplehorn had blonde hair.
Yeah, and well that's the thing.
Who?
And halfway
Blurter.
Horn.
halfway through the movie, as I said, I'd forgotten how it turned out. And then I was like, I was looking at Jenny Triple Blurters.
Jeannie Blurter.
Clutterhorn. I was looking at her character going, oh, is she the one? Is she the one? Like,
Yeah.
so because I was wondering where her character was going with that.
Well, all right. Bad. Let's start with you, Damo, for this one. What do you got?
Rightio.
True or blurter?
The fake outs with the death blow fake outs.
Yeah.
Like in the final scenes.
Yeah.
They completely. There was just so many of them.
But
Yeah, there
hang
was.
on. She's a one-trick sex pony. That's her move.
She, the one,
She's just pumping and then arches the back and that's it.
and
And then falls on them.
then the hand over, and then the other one's the elbows down, and the elbows there, and the elbows there, and then the elbow comes around.
Yeah.
All these fake outs. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Old saggy Buns Douglas,
Wow.
right?
His ass is square.
He got absolutely hammered for his saggy buns.
Yeah.
To the point where he did not make Basic Instinct 2. It had nothing to do with it because he said because of the shit that he got for his saggy
And
bones.
he was also too old because he was 47 when this was made. That was
Yeah.
made what?
He was 147.
He
when
would have
Basic
been
Instinct came out.
mid-50s, late
Yeah.
50s.
Yep. So
For Basic Instinct
I
2.
have called Michael Douglas saggy buns or droopy buns Douglas
Yeah.
for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And this because that's what everyone sort of the poor bugger he's copped it there. And we
Come
met-
on, Michael, do some lunges.
yeah, and Roxy's the dancing at the
Oh,
nightclub.
dear me.
It was jazzercise.
Yeah.
It was like we're doing a workout here with
Yeah, when she's doing the shoulder and
we're
she's
doing a bit of Tai
and she's
Bo.
doing the
Zumba.
big
It was
look.
Yeah, Zumba. Yeah, I know.
She's staring and doing the head nod.
Oh,
Like,
God.
But doing like almost like
Yeah.
star jump stuff. So yeah, that was some amazing jazzercise there. Well, I mentioned the obvious evidence. Oversaturation of obvious evidence was the thing. I was just like, that's too much. But anyway, but Nielsen Kruger smoothing,
Mhm.
the nickname Shooter.
Shooter. How bad does that sound every time he says it?
You know, but yeah, it's like they need to come up with an obvious nickname when no one goes, geez, I wonder how he got that nickname,
Yeah.
sort of thing. You know, it was just the most obvious nickname, Shooter. But then I'm thinking about Kruger smoothing. That is the episode 2 where George wanted to be called T-Bone. And then
T-Bone.
and so Kruger's he's used to giving nicknames. So
Yeah.
then he ended up calling the other bloke T-Bone.
Yes,
And then he gave George the nickname Coco the Monkey.
that's right.
And then George hated that. So he got a girl hired who was called Coco. So they couldn't have 2 Cocos. So they said, oh, you can't be Coco anymore. And then Kruger called him Gammy because Coco's grandmother was the Gammy. But so he's got a history.
He's big. He's big on
got
the
a
nickname.
history of giving nicknames. But Shooter, I just thought was such a daggy nickname. And mate, you could do a whole film school on nickname shooters, like people called Shooter in film, because I'm sure there's a few of them.
Shooter
McGavin.
McGavin.
But I'm sure there's
He's
a
the
few
most.
shooters.
He's got to be the most
Most famous
celebrated.
shooter. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for my bad.
G-Man. What do you got?
all right. So it was 1992, not 1942. Why was there no DNA?
I've got that as my first thing.
Yes,
Why
absolutely.
didn't they just
So-
go, there's stuff all over the bed.
Yeah. There's
Why
gotta
can
be
we not check DNA and get her checked?
just a pube somewhere?
Because
Anything.
No, that she'd have more than pubes in
Oh,
the bed.
yeah, that's right. It'd be
Of
saturated.
course.
It'd be saturated.
And that's what I mean. Like, she's
Yeah.
been all through that place like that. She would have been, they could have checked that very easily.
Yes.
In fact, they would have ordered, she was the major suspect. The reason they took her into questioning, like,
Give
she's
her a
suspect.
swab.
Yeah.
If they can see cum stains, it's a companion product, cum stains. It doesn't just come on its own with the girl there. There's a companion. There's also bloody juice all over the place. So it's a package deal. Yeah. You
It's a
don't get one,
package deal.
you don't get one without the other. Like when there's
my
two of
bed,
them there.
my bed might beg to differ.
I don't think that they're mutually exclusive when there's two of them going.
No, I agree. You're going to
There's
get,
got to be a cocktail of cum stains and
but no, it'd
juice.
be all over his wang,
It's everywhere. Yeah, that's
in
right.
his thighs. It'd
Yeah.
be shit, mate.
They could have tested that for sure.
Very easily.
Yeah.
Would have been a short movie, but still.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it would have been.
Or just a fingerprint. Like seriously.
So also, was it odd for Roxy to be so blasé? Now I know she was not right in the head, but very blasé when they told me, "Go, oh, did you know him? He died." She's like, "Yep, don't care."
Yeah, didn't give
And
a
then she
stuff.
was sort of like, "Oh, Catherine didn't do it, so you're wasting your time." I was like, "Did people actually talk to police like that and they go, oh my god, that's horrible? Like,
yeah,
oh,
why you say that?
how can
Yeah.
I help or what? You know, what questions?"
No,
to ask?"
they were smug. They're rich smug cunts.
Same as
Smug
when they go
nerd.
to see her and then she tells them to fuck off out of a place. Like
Yeah.
they've been
Yeah.
there for a minute.
Yeah.
She's like, "Get out."
Yeah.
It's like, you
They're
don't
living in
you
a
don't really
place.
paint yourself as being, not guilty by doing that.
It's kind of the reverse psychology. I'm going to be an asshole to you, to make out like I've got nothing to hide.
She was probably just playing her role,
Yeah. In the book.
Know your role.
jabroni.
Now, the other one I have now, you guys know that I'm very much at the high end of fashion.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I can tell.
Botany
and
Bay
I'm
traders,
known for
tracksuit
for
pants.
Botany Bay traders.
Yeah.
and
A lot of DNA on them.
That was chlorine. I was a pool cleaner. Oh, the pool cleaning days.
Yeah, cleans your pool.
So being fashion, not even I am going to go to a nightclub
Unbelievable.
Oh,
and wear a V-neck sweater
Yeah.
with nothing on underneath.
It
It
was.
was like, was it cashmere? I think it was like
weird,
cashmere with a
wasn't it?
red dot. A red dot on it.
It was
what-
weird. Yeah.
It was so bad.
It's not dance floor material.
No,
No, it just stood out.
Not
as so
90s.
bad.
Not 90s nightclub.
he would have been itchy. I reckon
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
he suffered for his art.
It might have been a nice microfiber or something.
You reckon?
Oh, I don't know.
It looked cashmere. It looked
Horsehair.
like a woolen.
It looked like someone who was older at a nightclub would wear.
Absolutely. He looked 30 years older than everyone else in that
Yeah,
night.
it'd be like me rocking in now to Jades or FJs
Mm.
and hanging out on the dance floor.
And he's a bit full on. He just walks straight up to the dance floor and tries to kiss her. And she's just like, no.
No.
Well, he'd already because he saw her first in the cubicle snorting coke with
Yes.
Roxy
Oh,
and that
that's
other
right. She shut the
blokes.
door on
He
him.
shut the door on him. Yep.
But then when she backs him and backs into him,
Oh, she bums on.
she bums on. She feels his physical attraction,
Yeah.
and then she's into it because she
I
can
know,
feel
well,
that he's.
Grinding.
Once he
bum
grabs
on.
her, once he grabs her on the bum, she
Done.
just like
She's into it.
she's into it.
All part of the plan.
Is that it,
Um,
G-Man? We got more? Keep going.
Yeah, look, just one more. I'll just go into ugly, but they'll just put it in bad. What sort of a police department is knowing that a guy's had a relationship with his therapist,
Unbelievable.
and then they just leave him going to that said therapist?
Did the other cops know that?
Everyone, man, he
Yeah,
leaves the
yeah.
fucking pub
That's
with her.
right. Yeah, it was pretty obvious, wasn't it? Yeah.
He leaves, but George Jones
Yeah.
is cacking about it. Gus is cacking when he comes back
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Like they all knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the bad cops said, "Oh, you two kids have a good time tonight." Like,
That's right.
These
yeah.
internal affairs.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was really odd part of the storyline.
Yeah. Yeah. They would have been separated.
I would say so.
Yeah. I found that odd. Very odd. Okay.
You're bad.
I wasn't dating him. I was fucking him.
Yep.
So overused for shock value.
Yeah.
It's just like, shut up. It's got a bit annoying. And
Yep.
I'll roll into then. Catherine's a little OTT.
Oh.
Overtly sexual, smug, drives like a fuckwit.
Dickhead driver.
Bad driver. Just smug. Her whole demeanor is smug.
Cocky.
Yeah.
She knows she's hot though. She knows all the
She
guys
does.
want her.
She does. And
Yeah.
look, and so she should.
Yep.
So she should. Captain Talcott, just a weak cock.
Yeah.
Just weak. And he was like a teenage fangirl when she came in the,
yeah, I know.
in
So
the
was
police
Chelsea.
station.
They all were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't all.
They all
lose themselves.
fangirled over her.
Yeah, I know. I suppose
I've already asked the question about Nick falling far too quickly. Nick watching Catherine change
Yeah.
at the start is
Peppy
so
Tom.
creepy.
Oh yeah.
And then it's interesting because she doesn't put underwear on when she's changing into the white dress. Yet Verhoeven says, oh no, originally she had underwear on, but it didn't work. But they filmed that scene where she's putting a dress on with no underwear.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't buy it.
Well, she didn't want to. Back then, there was the dangers of a visible panty line. Even though,
VBL.
VBL, yeah. So obviously,
VPL.
VPL. Obviously, that's why they wanted to go. Yep.
Yeah, fair
Commando
enough.
style.
Look, I was anticipating the leg spread comes really early in the movie. About 26
27.
minutes or something like
Oh,
that. It's
yeah.
27 minutes. Yeah, it's 20.
So let's
yeah,
timestamp it for anyone that wants to go.
27 minutes. I found it to be a little overrated.
Oh, come on.
It happened. Look, at the time, it was like, oh my god. I did pause it. I did watch it 2 or 3 times just to make sure I could see what you could see.
Well, in the
I think she's got an Audi.
the Fox version cut out that
Well, that sucks.
that 1 or 2 frames
That
gone,
sucks.
and I was like, Yeah.
Well,
But that's what gave the film its notoriety.
for sure.
Yeah.
And if someone else does it, it's already been done.
Yes.
You know, like
Yep.
you can't
if
recreate
somebody
that.
else does it, you go Basic Instinct.
Yeah, that's right. So that was one of the things that turned that movie or made it so memorable.
Yes, the thing.
Okay. Why the fuck does Nick start using an ice pick?
I know, and like,
And he can't use it.
well, how do you have big chunks of ice in your freezer? You must go. It's got to go in a mold. You can't just pour water in there and
I just don't understand why he bought an ice pick and started using an ice pick. This guy, he's a weak
well.
fuckwit.
He's a weirdo.
He's
No.
so weird.
But I
out of
reckon he's
control.
pretty cool. I reckon
Yeah,
he's
you
pretty cool.
would.
Yeah, no, but I don't know why he bought the ice pick and started using
So weird.
chunks of ice.
So weird.
I don't know how you grow chunks of ice like that. He must. How do you have?
Grow them.
Well, how do you got to
Yeah.
have a mold? How
Yeah.
does he have this big?
It's just I think he's
He
in a
bought
bag.
an ice bag. But
He-
where
Oh,
do you
did he?
buy
Cubed ice.
cubed ice. Yeah, where do you buy chunks of ice from? No
Well,
one
you
sells
could
them.
put it in a plastic bag and fill it up with water and
Yeah,
just
but then
put it
it's
in
going
your
to have
freezer.
nice smooth edges. This was all rough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
I like it.
It's come off a bigger chunk somewhere.
It has.
It's been
Maybe
ice
he's got an ice chest down the bottom.
Yeah.
How much more work is it to make a drink
Mate,
doing
Oh,
that way when you can
yeah.
just pour some ice cubes
Tastes
in
so
it?
much
Yeah.
better though.
Oh, fresh,
No,
cold water.
she said she likes edges.
fresh picked,
You know,
freshly picked.
ever heard of ice cubes? I like
Yeah,
edges.
I like edges.
Must make the drink taste better.
Yeah, I've got here. It's just for me. There's too many red herrings. There's too many twists.
Yep.
And some of them just seem pointless.
Almost like a Polish fish market.
That's it. It's like that. I've heard that before somewhere.
know.
I've heard that before
Yeah.
somewhere. The old, isn't it obvious? They use all the time. Oh, it's a bit obvious, isn't it? Why would I do that? It's a bit obvious.
Oh, like
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Gout, you really like Drunk Gus. I think Drunk Gus is up there with Tom Cruise's drunk in A Few Good Men.
Really?
Yeah, he annoyed me in the diner a bit.
No, he
I
did
wanted to
annoy
slap
me.
him.
I like him,
Right,
but he was a
when
bit
he
of a,
yelled,
he was
wasn't
he was
great.
an annoying tool.
Yeah,
man.
there's no need for him to be there.
Yep.
So Roxy's murdered. Catherine's
no,
heartbroken.
Roxy killed herself.
Well, sorry, died in the car
Oh,
crash.
okay, yeah.
Died in the car crash. The chicken, the game of chicken.
And just
Yeah.
quietly on that. Then the cop captain believes, he goes, yeah, I just happened to run into her down here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, are you telling me this is
Yeah,
that's
it's a
okay.
complete coincidence.
Okay.
there is a
thank
lot
you.
of
Yeah,
coincidence.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
coincidence in this movie. But Roxy dies. Catherine's heartbroken and crying, then says, "Make love to me."
No,
Now, for me, I would assume crying during sex is not that great a turn on. She cries twice during sex, Catherine. She cries twice during sex, and I'm not sure that's turning me on.
no, it's like what? You
I've
start-
never made a
you
woman
start-
cry.
You start questioning yourself,
She
like
cried
they-
twice. How long do they go for?
In 2 different scenes, she's crying while they're doing it.
Yeah, well, I don't. But that was in Game of Thrones. Remember, Cersei and Jamie Lannister decided to get it on next to their dad's dead body.
Yeah, they
I
loved it.
suppose.
They loved it. Old Jamie and Cersei.
Yep.
Okay, that's it for me. Anyone? Oh, well, there's uglies here. We're going to start with you, Damo.
I've just got one ugly. So when they were in the cop station, when Michael Douglas found out from Triple Blurter that Nielsen had been given his files.
Yes.
So he went and decided to have a fight with Nielsen in the cop station.
Yes.
Nielsen's mate breaks up the fight by pulling a gun.
Yeah, Skinner.
Yes.
That's Skinner.
Sticking it in Michael Douglas'
Yes.
face.
Can you believe that? Would he pull a gun in the cop
That's
station?
what I'm thinking. This is absurd. You pull the gun out and stick it in another man's
In another cop's face.
In a
yeah.
cop's face.
in the cop station. Like, surely they'd be like, put your gun away, mate.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what are you going to do? Shoot him in the head?
It's Agent Skinner
It
from
was-
the FBI. X-Files.
It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, that was dumb.
There was also the fact that they'd put him on leave and said, you're off the case. And then he just kept going around with the cops and
Yeah.
kept investigating it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Was-
just stay in the
was
car.
bizarre, yeah.
You know, just.
Just stay in the car, yeah.
Okay, G-Man.
No, I've said all my
Okay,
my stuff.
I've got 2.
Okay.
Okay, so are we gonna call the sex scene? Are we gonna call the sex scene between Nick and Beth rape?
No.
The look on her face would say it's rape. She says no several times, and again, the shocked look on her face and the speed of his finish, it's blurter.
She's not. She knew she was going to have sex with Michael Douglas. She just didn't realize it was going to be a real physical.
You've never done like that, but yeah, you've never stuck it in my bum hole before.
Yes, well, it wasn't there.
Also,
But that was the shock. She wasn't shocked because she was shocked for the way how aggressive he was.
And he was over quickly.
And he tore her bra, which was probably a $45 bra.
Oh, mate, no, she tore the shirt
The
too.
shirt, yeah. $50 shirt.
That's
yeah,
$100
she wasn't
sex.
impressed because then she says at the end that wasn't making love, and then
Yeah.
she just screams.
Yeah, it was
"Get
rape.
out."
Wasn't making love, it was rape.
Cigarettes are on the floor, yeah.
And then she goes back later, I love you.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, Beth, be
Yes.
better.
Yep.
But I'm standing by. That's
He was over the top, but I'm not
Oh.
calling it rape.
definite rape.
Well, it was,
Arse rape.
you know.
Okay, now That's not the worst part of the movie
Oh, okay.
for my ugly. First date lingus is always a risky proposition, right? You're taking a lot on face value when it's first date
Well,
lingus.
no, he's already seen it though.
But after a few hours dancing at that club,
Oh,
I hope she showered first
Yeah, I think there might have been a shower.
because he was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was legs over the shoulder, wasn't he?
He loved it, mate.
And-
That's why he got
He's
tongue
noted.
cancer. That's why he got tongue cancer.
yeah, I know.
It's art imitating life.
But it was, but also,
The art. It's the art imitating life.
yeah. But he also got tied up there with the same the white silk scarf,
Yeah.
and he just was like, "Oh shit, here we go." Could have
Yeah.
been another fake out. That was another fake out.
Yeah, there are lots
There
of
we
fake
go.
outs.
I think he was thinking, "This is what a way to go."
Yeah, if I'm
yeah,
going to
well,
go, this is a
I'm
good
out
way
of
to
here.
go.
Oh yeah, I'm beyond the point of no return.
I'm going to get it off before I get off. I'm going to get off before I get
Come
off.
stains all over the sheets.
Damo's quick fire. Take it away, Damien.
Quick fire brought to you by Shamrock Meats. By Kosher Station, where I buy my power converters.
Excellent.
Okay. Oh well, this is dead set easy. Gow straight away. That's not a knife. A scene or a scene that has passed over in a popular culture.
It's easy. White dress leg scene.
The box shot.
Yep. Everybody knows that.
Yep.
Been
Everyone
parodied
knows.
a million times.
Well, I mean, do you have you got a favorite parody? Do you know one, or can you think of one?
no,
or-
not off the top of my head.
Oh, do Waynesville 2 do it or someone like that do it? Or
Well, I've got three. There was Loaded Weapon, which was
that's the one I'm thinking
Samuel
of.
L. Jackson, and all the everyone and Samuel L. Jackson and all the guys.
They were like,
they're all waiting.
That's
yeah.
right. That's the one.
And the chair spins around, and it's actually just a beaver. in the
that's
chair.
right.
Groundskeeper Willie does it. And Ned did shoot. I Nev shot Burns, and he did the legs.
Oh,
crossed, and
that's
he's
right.
like-
That's right.
He's killed,
That's
and
right.
the cops are like, "Oh my god!" And then Peter Griffin in Family Guy does it.
Oh, dear, mate.
He's in a white dress and he's smoking, and he does it to the school board, and then he does it to the doctor. It's just, and they're going, testicles should not look like that.
Well, the Family Guy parody everything.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. It's nice to think it's so that scene. Everyone knows the Sharon Stone or the legs cross or the Basic Instinct. You say that,
Yes.
everyone knows exactly what you're talking about. What about the biggest douchebag? I think this is pretty easy. Whitey, who have you got?
I've got a couple.
Oh, you got okay. It's competitive. Yeah,
Well, I've got three actually.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Roxy.
yeah.
I think she's a
yeah.
massive dick.
Yeah, she is.
I think Catherine is quite a dick as well.
Yeah.
But my biggest dick, it's a draw, and it's Nielsen
Yeah.
and Talcott.
Right.
I think the captain is so weak, he annoys the shit out of me. But I could be easily flipped onto Nielsen.
Nielsen's a bit of a standout. Or how about you?
you could talk about Catherine, but that is the whole thing, that she's got the power of these people. Like, she's smart, and so she knows what she's doing, and she's toying with them. I think you can throw Nick Curran straight in there. We've already talked about him. Like,
Nick the dick.
he is a bit of a dick in this movie.
Yeah,
He's not great
No,
to
you're
his
right.
former ex-girlfriend.
He's very weak.
He's a
He's
flawed
super
cop.
weak.
He's obviously an ex-cokehead. He's shot people. You know, like, because they call him shooter. He's not a good guy.
No, he's not.
He's
And
not
you
a-
know what gets glossed over is he shoots
Triple.
triple blurter at the end, and then
Sorry.
nothing comes of it.
yeah, because they find the SFDC or whatever,
Trips blurter.
and the blonde wig, and oh yeah, you've shot the
Just
shot the bag.
conveniently in the staircase next to where her
that's
body is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd say probably. Well, actually, it could be the whole shitload of them.
Can we just say that why would Blurter
Triple blurter.
leave all the stuff in the stairwell where her office is next to the
Because Catherine
murder
did it.
scene?
It's because Catherine set
Yeah,
it
but
up.
how the cops are that dumb?
That's right. Yes, it was the most obvious evidence.
These are almost the worst cops in cinema history.
Yeah,
They really are.
police cops.
Yeah.
Okay. For Jason Lee from Backdraft or the cast of Caddyshack, thought they were in a different movie.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
I got Needle Nose Nick.
Oh,
Needle
Ned-
Nose Ned.
Ned Ryerson, he was a bit dramatic.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
it's his Oscar chance.
Yeah,
This was him. He's like, she's a multiple personality.
we're dealing with
a
yeah.
psychopath.
Yeah,
And he was so serious and so dark.
yeah, he was.
I'm like, chill out, brother. No one else gives a fuck.
You're right. Yeah, I reckon Needle Nose Ned, sure as heck fire,
Yeah,
is probably the
absolutely.
Sure.
Sure as heck fire.
Yeah, no, we'll
Hey,
go
Ned
with Needle.
Ryerson. Ned Ryerson.
Ryerson?
Yeah. Okay, Ned Ryerson. Well, let's go with Ned Ryerson.
Yeah, good call, Whitey. Good call.
Yeah, Ripley running. Oh, Kim Mills from Taken for poor sporting prowess. I haven't got anyone. Gal?
Oh, Nick Curran's dance moves aren't great.
Yeah.
Mate,
All Roxy.
none of the
Jazz-
dance
yeah,
moves are good. The
Roxy's
whole
dance,
club.
All the jazz
You
styles.
haven't seen African American meat yet with
yeah,
the cutting
yeah,
shapes, little
yeah, yeah.
shapes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no good dancers out there.
Anyone in the club scene.
Okay. Whitey's Brad Pitt. Now, come on. I don't think there could be any others, could there?
Oh, you can't have anyone else. It's Sharon
I'm
Stone.
going
Yeah.
Sharon. Yeah. I mean, triple blurters.
Nah,
could
please,
still
not
put
even
you-
not even in the same.
no.
There's a big chance I'd probably have a crack at Sharon Strzelecki before I went triple blurter.
Jesus. Well, she looks good in the netball uniform.
She does.
Yeah, it's definitely Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone.
Oh,
Stone.
hands down. This is without a doubt.
The-
This is the easiest choice we've ever done.
Yep. She's dead set knocked this out
Yep.
of the ballpark, hasn't she? Lookalikes.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, Morgs.
I got a Morgs like
Yeah. Which one?
Gus at the cowboy bar and his hat
Oh, yeah.
and his shit tie, like what Morgs wears.
That is Morgs. Yeah.
It's
Fat
dead
Morgs.
set- it's fat
Fat
Morgs.
Morgs.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fat Morgs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's,
it's.
Zunza was a good bloke.
I like this. Zunza was a
Gus
great
Moran-
place.
Gus Moran was a good bloke.
Except cowboy
Fat Morg.
when he's wearing the cowboy hat. Getting his
Except
chili
for that.
sauce.
He was a bit angry then, but it was dead set of Morgs. Dead set
Okay.
Morgs like. And
Okay.
Chelsea Ross is a bit Morgs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Captain Talcott. He's very
Throw a
Morgsy.
big curveball.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's it for Quick Fire brought to you by Shamrock Meats.
Well done.
Paulie.
Yo. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Paulie's the new Philip Stuckey, isn't he?
Yes.
Paulie. What's his real name?
Burt Young.
Burt Young.
Burt Young. Yeah.
Burt Young. Okay, gentlemen, listen to this. Got some rumors or trivia about the making of the film G-Man.
We've kind of hit on all the ones I had down here. No body doubles,
Yeah.
no full frontal. The other one's the role of Nick Curran was originally going to be as a lesbian cop.
Right.
It was written
that
with
would've been
Kathleen Turner
great.
in mind,
Yes.
but they
Jeez.
changed it. Obviously, that script got changed. I don't know if I had anything else there. Really, we've really hit on all the other things that I had.
Yeah. Gone through a lot, actually. We've gone through. Do you know the sex scene took 5 days to shoot? He filmed so much.
Johnny Boz or the
No. There's
Saggy
Michael
Buns.
Douglas
Oh,
and
Saggy
the
Buns.
old Saggy Buns Douglas. Took 5 days to shoot because he wanted to film so much material, so he had different options for when it had to be cut.
Wow.
And the only winner out of that is Michael Douglas.
Oh, I know. Michael Douglas is cheering. He's what did I say? He's 14 years old.
Yeah, and you know that they
just read her 5 days, can you?
yeah, and
You
you know
they
that
had to use genital pads.
yeah, I was going to say that because of the AIDS epidemic.
Yeah, because it was.
Now
early
there's a
90s.
scene where she's on top of him. They're fully naked. She's on top of him, and you cannot see his penis. Now I am sorry if Sharon Stone is naked on top of you.
Yep.
I don't care whether you are acting. I don't care whether there's 40 people in the room. You're erect.
Yeah.
You're erect.
Yep.
That's got to be one hell of a pad.
Yeah.
It's like you stick that down with gaff tape.
Could have been roped down or like an
I did. It had one of the barrels from Jaws harpooned into it.
a little anchor point on the bend.
Well,
Down. Hockey straps.
No. I did read that Paul Verhoeven wanted to be the first one to have an erect penis in this kind of
Oh,
movie.
did he?
Yeah, but then it got shut out.
Like Paul Verhoeven, yeah, like this, or I'll just mention one then. So Sharon Stone was reportedly very nervous and insecure in her first scenes. Like she was unable to replicate the performances she had given her audition for the sex scene.
yes.
But I'm thinking, what sort of audition for the shag scene?
Yeah.
Paul Verhoeven's watching all these girls. Okay, pretend you're rooting here.
Yeah.
I can only imagine like this, the casting couch.
Show us your one trick.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, holy shit, I think the audition process must be so daunting if that's what you got to do. Be hardcore.
But it also might have been. Do you think it was they would have done the shag scene, or maybe it was just the attitude?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But you'd have to do some sort of, I don't know, simulated something.
Yeah, you've got to see how it works, I guess.
Yeah. So Paul Verhoeven, he's just like, yep, next, you do this.
Well, Joe Esterhaas, the writer, based Catherine Tramell on a go-go dancer he knew, and he met at a club, and he took her home, did the deed, when they finished, she rolled over and pulled the gun out and said, "Why shouldn't I shoot you?"
Oh,
And actually
Jesus.
bailed him up. And he said, "Well, we had some fun. I didn't hurt you. We consensual. We both had some fun." And then they had a lengthy discussion before she put the gun down.
That's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
That could be a whole movie.
Yeah, well, it is. It's called Basic Instinct.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. And he was paid $3 million for this script.
Oh, that's pretty good going.
Unheard of at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he because Shane Black replaced him as the highest paid screenwriter when he
Mm.
sold Last Boy Scout for 1.75. So he's like, right, I'm getting that back. So he wrote this script
Ah.
and sold it to Karolka, who were in they're now out of business. So
A little, yeah, only 3 years later.
a little later, yeah.
The
Michael Douglas wore lifts during the filming
in his shoes.
in his shoes because he's just short ass, like all the
Oh.
actors. Short asses.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, who did you need to like? Was he shorter than?
Well, I think Sharon Stone's not
Sha-
short.
Sharon probably looks like about a 5'6" or 5'7".
I think she's a bit taller than that.
You reckon 5'8"?
But he's not tall. Oh,
No, he's not super tall, but I
Mickey
didn't.
Doug.
I didn't think he was.
Oh, those saggy buns. Well, his buns have just dropped his height by.
Well, that's the
they'd be-
problem.
They'd be
About an
dragging,
inch.
they'd
That's
be
the
dragging him
problem.
down.
Yeah,
That's
can you imagine that weight of sag? It'd affect your vertebrae.
You'd think so.
It would compress your spine.
Center of gravity's off.
So he's lost about an inch. That ice pick scene at the very end was an add-on by the studio, and Paul Verhoeven didn't want it in there because he wanted that real ambiguity
I
about
think it's
who the killer was.
ridiculous.
So the studio insisted that, much to his sort of disdain, to put that in, to pan down right at the end, like, oh, there's an ice pick there.
I think it's ridiculous.
It is, but it was just to really, go, look, there's no, to really remove a lot of the ambiguity that, yes, she's still a nice pick. She is the killer. So he didn't like that at all.
It'd be interesting to see like how many studio notes make the films better.
Yeah, I know.
I think it would have been better if there was no ice pick there.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Because
That's
then
not-
you have to be like,
Then there's
oh,
real
hang
ambiguity.
on.
You don't know.
you
Yeah.
don't know. You're like,
Well-
well, was the blur the killer?
No, but the text in the final draft is the sole evidence. All you need it was written there when she dumped him.
So he's living on the edge every time now.
Yep.
Old Nicky Curran.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
see, he was a goner as soon as he said Rugrats. And he said, no Rugrats. And then she was
Yes.
like,
She faked
oh,
it out.
you're okay.
She faked
You're
it
okay."
out. Yep.
What if I don't want kids? Well, then I'll just
But
triple
you-
blur to you.
Yeah. And I wasn't sure, like, him being 47, 48, yeah, I'm going to start having a family with you.
Yeah, no thanks.
Man.
Well done, gentlemen. Quotables. Not a heap. We've been through
No.
a few of them.
Yeah, cum stains all
Cum
over the
stains
shirts.
all over
That's
the
one of
place.
one of my
That was one of my favourite parts
Yeah,
of the
it
movie.
was, yeah.
Very impressive. It was even better with Nicky
Yeah, it
Curran.
was.
Very impressive.
I had three. That was one of them.
Yeah.
The other one was Gus with his magna cum laude.
Yeah, I got the. Yeah, that's a good one.
Done fried up your brain.
Yeah.
The other one I had was when Nick Curran was talking to Roxy. He's like,
Yes.
let me ask you something, Rocky. Call her
Yeah,
Rocky. That's
Rocky.
Man to
Man to
man.
man.
It's great.
But Roxy wasn't that masculine.
I think she's the fuck
lesbian.
of the century.
Yeah. Yeah.
She looked it.
And Roxy was watching. That would have made it even.
Well, I think that's the thing because he was just trying to get on her nerves because he knew that she was pissed off,
Oh yeah.
that she was jealous of him. So then he's starting to try and
And then he just went, well, check out these saggy buns, Roxy, and walked away from her.
What
you're
about
missing,
Catherine?
you're missing the buns.
What about Catherine? Got some Coke? I've got Pepsi in the fridge.
It's not quite the same thing, is it?
Anything else? I think we've covered it.
No.
Oh, what are you going to do? Charge me with smoking? I like the
Yeah.
fact that
Yes.
He does it at the end.
yeah. So actually, did I do that in quick fire? The additional scene?
No. She
So
left it out.
yeah, because I was thinking about that because you know how he copied off Sharon Stone, like when he was then getting.
Oh, you wanted him to
interrogated?
do a leg spread
I wanted him to do a leg spread. Yeah, It
wearing
would've been
arseless chaps.
groundskeeper Willie style.
Righto, well done.
Mhm.
No 1 degree. Could not find. I went all the
Oh,
way through
come
the
on,
cast.
it's easy.
Is it Jerry?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What movie?
He did the score for Executive Decision.
Oh, what
Oh,
a good
really?
movie that is.
Mm.
One
Yep.
of Steven,
there you go.
Steven Seagal's best too.
Yeah, he lasted 3 minutes. But that's the brilliance of that movie.
Yeah, it's great.
Seagal's the leader.
Yeah.
And dies.
Kurt saves the day.
Like, but that's in Seagal's but prime.
It is, and he's actually like top billing.
Yeah.
Like it's Seagal, Kurt Russell,
Yeah.
and he lasts 11 minutes or whatever he
Yeah.
does. Gets sucked out of the
It's
tube.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. never cheered more.
Yeah.
All right, film school for F-wits. Today we're going to do a little brief history on the rise and fall of the great cinema studio Coralco Pictures, founded in '76 by Mario Casar and Andrew Vanya.
I used to say Vagina.
Vagina, and I think I'd still
It
like
is
to say
it's spelled Vagina.
it is Vanya. They
They did everything.
They did heaps, but they had this blockbuster strategy, right? But they really came to light with First Blood in '81, right?
Oh, they put together 2/3 of a great movie.
They did. It was 2/3 of a great movie, but they focused on high budget, star-studded films that really defined the '80s and the '90s. Rambo, First Blood Part 2, Total Recall.
Yep.
They bought the rights to Terminator, so Coralco does Terminator 2. They bring
Wow.
they bring Cameron back because he wrote the script for Rambo First Blood 2. So they bring him back to do Terminator 2. Pretty cool. I didn't even realize that they own the rights to that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it was really innovative financing that they used. It was like pioneered pre-sales of film rights in international markets to cover the productions. So they had the money was sourced elsewhere on future earnings.
Right.
So there was no financial risk for them. Their films obviously had a massive cultural impact. A lot of their films are iconic. And when you see Coralco, like when I saw that come up, I didn't realize that Basic Instinct was I was like, okay, this is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is going to be cool. And
they must have made a lot of money.
Yeah, they made heaps of money. But then what they were doing is they were making, with all the blockbusters, they were then making a lot of indie films as well, which were blowing.
Oh, right.
And then it just became too difficult, unsustainable. It was obviously the high stakes model, so massive budgets. Their films have massive budgets, like Total Recall, Terminator 2 had these massive budgets. Sure, they were hits,
Yeah.
but huge
A lot of
budgets, a lot
cost,
of risk, a lot of risk.
Because they're not like a Universal or Disney with a bottomless pit of money.
That's right. So if they were trying to find the money by selling rights offshore and all this kind of stuff, it became very difficult to manage. And obviously then in the '90s, when that shift went sort of, because we talked about Taken in 2008 being the first movie of its kind for a long time. And that would have been a Coralco movie. Taken would have made something similar to that. So when the shift when that shift went in the mid '90s to away from that big budget action film, that's when they petered out and they went broke in '95. So they filed for bankruptcy in '95 after a heap of major disappointments, with the one that tipped them over the edge, Cutthroat Island.
Oh,
so that was the final nail.
Yeah, that was the one.
That was the final nail in the coffin for them, was Cutthroat Island. Matthew Modine, Gina Davis, Rennie Harlan, and not very good. Now, what I want to do is I want to just take you through quickly the
catalog
of what they have, and then you will be absolutely blown away by this, if it'll fucking come up. That's what happens when you put links in. There we go. Now, we'll forget the 70s. It started in 76, but really, it really kicks off in 81 with First Blood. But if we look at from First Blood, we go in 81. So then we go with 81, 82. So then 85, First Blood Part 2. 87, Angel Heart. 87, Extreme Prejudice,
Yes,
Nick
good
Nolte.
movie.
Great movie. Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter. Rambo 3. Sorry, G-Man, you were right. Red Heat.
I thought so.
They Live, which is Carpenter again.
Oh, that's one of the best.
Iron Eagle 2.
Oh, yeah. And Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah, just
died
passed
about
it
a week
last
ago.
week.
Yeah,
It was
passed away.
RIP. Deep Star 6, which is a schlocky sort of action film under the sea. Lock Up, Stallone in jail. Shocker, which is the guy that pulls the gun on Nicky Curran.
All right.
He's the baddie who is a serial killer. It's actually really cool. Got Peter Berg in it as well. Then we move into the 90s. Listen to this run. Total Recall, Air America, Narrow Margin with Gene Hackman. Great movie.
Yep.
Jacob's Ladder. Then LA Story, The Doors, The Punisher, Terminator 2, Basic Instinct, Universal Soldier, Cliffhanger, Stargate, Showgirls, Cutthroat Island. Shut the doors.
Chaplin as well.
Chaplin as well. Yeah, Chaplin as well.
Geez, he went downhill then with the Showgirls, massive.
Yeah,
flop.
that was
a flop. Yeah.
Showgirls and Cutthroat Island were the two last movies they made. Just broke them.
I reckon I saw Showgirls at the movies too.
Showgirls was
Brilliant. It's one of the best. I love it.
it's awful.
It's so good.
Elizabeth, what was her?
Elizabeth
Berkley.
Berkley.
Yes.
Straight out of Saved by the
Saved
Bell
by the Bell. That's
and
right.
into a soft porn.
Yeah, and she's so bad in that movie.
She's brilliant.
She's not brilliant.
In the pool scene, rooting.
Yeah, it's just a bad
Over
movie.
the top rooting.
It's so bad. Is it Kyle MacLachlan? Is he in Showgirls?
Yes,
Yes.
he
Yeah.
is.
Yes, he is.
She's rooting Kyle
Gina
MacLachlan.
Gershon's in it.
Yeah.
Now, Cutthroat Island, a while ago, I just flicking
Yeah,
through
I
channels and
remember
I
you
got
said
the
you
last 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And I've never really seen the whole thing. It didn't look great.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
really,
that-
really bad. It's actually it's one of those ones where it probably wouldn't hurt going back and having a little watch of it, but it's awful. It's not good. So that's it for Film School for F-Wits. It's sad because Coralco Movies, the catalogue's been bought by Studio Canal, so it still sort of lives on. The catalogue lives on some quality films and movies in that list that we've just called out there that we'll be covering moving forward, like T2 and Total Recall are
Yep.
two of the best movies of the 90s,
Yeah.
without a
Yeah.
doubt. And probably not far away for more to watch. Now we slide into star of the show.
Or do we start? Or do we go into?
Oh
the-
no, actually
before that?
I've got to enter Kick-Ass back into this sheet. Damo,
Did it last week, too.
we are very, very excited
Mm.
because every time you've done a Kick-Ass credit song, you have brought the heat.
No pressure.
Let us know what is going on with Kick-Ass tonight.
Okay, yeah, thanks for inviting me to do Kick Ass this week. I've song's called Interrogation.
Oh,
Yeah. Now there's
I like it already.
a recurring theme in the song. It's heavily disguised. You guys may be able to pick it up,
Righto.
but yeah, we'll just see. You may not, because you have to be pretty cluey to sort of pick up this recurring theme.
Is it to the theme of the 90s song Communication? Am I getting through? Do you do the drug or does the drug do you?
I don't know how I'm going to remember my own little melody now. I've got another one in my head. No, I've got it now.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
sure you do. You've been singing it for a week.
Yeah, well, I did. I wrote it early, so I've had it in my head for a while, and it's really annoying the shit out of me. It's an annoying song. But anyway,
Let's go, Damo.
here we go. Interrogation. What are you going to do? Charge me with smoking? Check out my beaver fur burger, my scruffy looking nerf herder, box clam beef curtains. This is real, it's not a merkin. Axe worm, minge twat, Newman's brow is sweating hot. Coochie muff cooter, stare at this shooter. My hoo-ha, my hoo-hoo. Hope you got a good view. Snatch flange, whispering eye, this book is my alibi. Spadger foo-foo growler. Detectives need a shower. Take me home now, Nick, because I heard you've got a big ice pick. Because I've heard you've got a big ice pick.
Mate, it's
Oh, dear.
is it
You
is
trying
it
to-
we didn't start the fire?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is.
JFK, blown away. What else do I have to say?
Yes. That was my inspiration, Billy Joel.
Oh, mate, very good.
Mm.
I don't think I laughed as much as Paul Rick's Leash,
no,
but
I
I did.
can't top
I
it,
had a
top that,
moment
top it.
where I went blank. I was laughing so badly.
That was well put together, Damo. His
Yeah.
big ice pick.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
well put
Very
together,
good.
like Nick Curran's saggy buns.
Yeah, could have been a whole song about his saggy bun.
Could have done something very similar.
But anyway, there was the recurring theme there. It was about a woman's vagine.
Yes, I like it.
Maybe you didn't pick up on that.
It was tough to get that.
Her Andrew Vagina.
Yes.
Well done, Damien. Exceptional as always. You bring the heat.
Yeah.
We're going to move into star of the show, G-Man. Who you got?
Look, I've got to go with Sharon Stone. I think she nails this role. She's really good. Like she just is so believable as that character. And the fact that we're all sitting here and saying like, oh, she's smug and that's what she's trying to be. That's the character. So I think she does really well. She shades out Gus for me. I really like Gus in this movie.
Gus
Thumbs up.
Bus.
But yeah, I'll go with Sharon Stone.
Okay, good call. Damo?
Yep. Sharon's Norks were fantastic. You can't not give her star of the show. She yep, she was fantastic, and she actually played that part really well, and a great sport for getting the gear off.
Yeah, look, it's hard. Yeah, she gets 2 stars of the show, 1 for each nipple. Nice little upturned, natural breasts.
Yep.
An amazing, but is it an amazing performance? I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if she's very good. I
Yep.
don't know if she's very good, but she does play the character quite well. She annoys me a lot
But if you're
throughout the
going
whole
to pick
movie.
an actor in the movie, would there be anyone else you'd say, oh,
He
they
can't
had a
pick
better
it. I
performance?
think that no. I think that Nicky Curran is annoying. It's Sharon Stone's movie.
Yep.
Anyone could have played Nicky Curran. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You could have slipped Andy
Any-
Garcia,
anybody with
Richard
saggy
Gere.
buns.
Oh,
Anybody with
stop.
saggy buns could have been in there.
Yeah. Well, it would have been. I think it might have been a better movie with like straightest nose in Hollywood.
Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia,
Yep.
Richard Gere,
Dick Gear.
Dick Gere would have done all right. I think.
Yep.
It's very internal affairs.
But
Yeah.
Nick Curran.
But as I said, but Michael Douglas, he is a trope. He's a walking trope of rooting young women.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah, that's what when you see him, you think, oh, who you shagging now?
Yeah. Okay, so we get 3 Sharons to star of the show. We move into the rank bank. Few options here.
Mm-hmm. Couple of obvious ones, I
Yeah.
would say.
Ice picks,
Yeah, that's an obvious one. Yep.
bisexual serial killers,
Ooh.
gratuitous box shots, fucks of the century,
Ooh.
murderous property moguls, shit drivers, white scarves, one trick sexual ponies,
Gee.
cum stains.
I like the last one. I do like ice picks, but that was that was the bit that made me laugh most in the movie.
The cum stains.
Yeah, the cum stones. I love
So you happy with cum stains? Yeah.
If everybody doing it,
Okay. How many cum stains are you giving Basic Instinct, Damien?
I think this is one of the best erotic thrillers. It keeps you guessing. And I think it's pretty well acted. I think the score is phenomenal. The shag scenes are fantastic. Sharon Stone is a dead set stunner and she gets her tits out. It's 3.5 for me.
3.5 cum stains. Not even a full cum stain for you. It's
No.
a 3.5 cum stains.
Yep.
G-Man, what do you got?
yeah, look, it's a good rewatch, having not watched it for a long time. Good enough twists and turns to keep you going. I don't know now that I've seen it that I'd go back and watch it again because
Except that one
you kind of
scene.
know the story. And yeah, there's a lot of sex in it. But if you take those out, is it the greatest story? Well, it's an okay movie. I think like that's where it gets most of its fame or notoriety. So I'm going to give it 3.
Oh, 3 cum stains for Gow. I'm with you.
That's a triple.
I'm with you, Gow, because I completely agree that if you take the sex scenes out of it, does the movie hold up? I'm not sure it does. It was fun. It actually kept me in it the whole time, but more so because you knew that every 9 or 12 minutes there was going to be Sharon's Norks that come out.
It helps.
Oh, it annoyed me because of all the twists and the fake, like, red herrings. 2.75 cum stains for me.
There you go.
Fair enough.
2.75. And I'm not sure I'll watch it again.
Oh my
I
God.
think I could be done with the whole movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see any reason to put it back on apart from if it's on.
I'll probably watch it again in about 10 years.
Yeah, that's about your rotation, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole movie. I think
Yeah.
tomorrow you're going back.
Yeah.
You're going back for
1000.
11:36.
Well, I had 3 in the show during the podcast.
G-Man, where does that put Basic Instinct in the rank bank?
Cue the music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, right.
Oh, Nicky.
Did have that ice.
Oh, shooter.
Press that keyboard, Gal.
Hit me with the gun, shooter. Shooter.
Excel
Junior.
spreadsheet.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Shooter in my cooter. Shooter. Cooter.
How did that sound? What
Beef,
the hell? This is a
beef,
real one.
choice. Shooter in my cooter.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, because Whitey, you hadn't put in the
what
the
did-
name,
Oh, sorry, I hadn't put.
script door.
Sorry, I'd left
Oh
cum stains
my
out.
God.
Yes. So that puts us at 3.08, which is alongside
What?
the Breakfast Club at 3.08, under table panty sniffs,
Oh, Jesus.
and above at coming at 3 maggot fried rice, the Lost
the
Boys.
Lost Boys.
Oh, we're down
Wow.
there.
Now
Geez, she's down.
it's right below 3.13 pulled leashes.
Oh, not sure.
Ooh, purple tug tug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that brings us in at number 83.
Not bad.
Wow,
Yeah, that's low.
that's
But
super low.
still, that's a six. That's a plus 6 out of 10. That's not, it's not a
It's a
shit
mid-range movie. That's where it
Yeah.
deserves to be.
83.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, that's mid-range. We've only done 100.
Yep.
It's in the bottom 20th percentile.
Yeah.
Shit movie.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? Lost Boys is a better movie than it.
Oh, God, no. No
Lost
way.
Boys is a better movie than
No.
it. Yep, without a doubt.
Yeah, really?
Lost
I-
Boys is a way
Would you like
better
Kiefer
movie.
Sutherland's tits, do you?
I was quite surprised that Lost Boys was so far down.
Yeah, we were very harsh in the early days.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
harsh. Like, I know there's a couple I'd like to, maybe just retap.
I don't know.
But
I
you
don't-
guys
I-
did the Breakfast Club, and that's the same. Like,
Yeah,
I-
Breakfast Club was
Yeah,
not a great
it's
movie.
Not that
wasn't it?
good.
Wasn't a good rewatch.
No, it wasn't.
John
actually.
Bender.
Rock and Roller was in there as well. At
Didn't like it.
3.08.
Didn't like it. That was a morgue pick. See what happens when we get morgues to pick.
Yeah.
Okay, if you loved cum stains, Basic Instinct,
Jesus.
what are you going to love? G-Man.
Oh, Sliver.
Oh, that's
Similar.
a terrible movie.
Bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Broody
I
Goldman.
don't know if there's anything really like Basic Instinct. That I don't know. No.
Sliver's a good one, Gow. What do you bet you, Damo? What do you got?
I'm going back to the 70s.
Wow.
The original, The Case of the Smiling Stiffs. The two cops that were just rooting all the suspects. There was a lady who she was kind of a vampire, and she would suck them off, and they'd all die, and they had a permanent smile on their face. So the cops were on the case, and they just basically rooted all the suspects till they tracked down the killer.
Excellent.
Case of the Smiling Stiffs, probably about 1975.
Would
or
have
something.
been an Oscar contention.
I did it. I think it won an Academy Award. Yeah,
Yeah, lucky.
go for that.
It was between it and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in 75.
Yeah. Other than that, we can go and watch The Color of Night for a bit of an erotic thriller.
Oh, you want to see a bit of
No, sidekick.
Bruce Willis sidekick?
Yeah.
Jane March was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
think
she was.
I think
I think she was just 18.
she's about 18.
We'll
yeah.
talk about rooting down.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, that's
yeah,
probably the greatest
yeah,
one of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 1987's No Way Out. Kevin Costner, Sean Young, Gene Hackman.
Yep.
Cover up and witch hunt occurs after a politician accidentally kills his mistress. It's really good. Costner, 87, young
Yeah,
Costner.
I can remember it.
It's a good movie. Hackman's good.
Hack 'em up.
Yeah,
Hack
good
'em up,
movie.
hackers.
Good movie. Sean Young at a horny best before she turned into Einhorn is Finkel and Finkel is Einhorn. Another episode, gentlemen. Well done. Basic Instinct. Good
Done and
choice.
dusted. Excellent choice.
83rd position. Bit of a letdown.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing, but you
Yeah.
blokes, Anyway,
Was not the
That's
fuck of the
good.
century.
no,
It was not.
well, those saggy buns didn't help.
Didn't. You need bum lifts, not in his shoes. Need him in his
Yeah.
undies.
Well, lucky we didn't do Basic Instinct 2
Yes.
because that is
I've never seen it.
I've
I
seen
don't think I've ever
bits
seen
and
it.
pieces. It's Sharon Stone. It's in the
Yeah.
UK.
She's the only one that comes back.
Yeah, she's set in the UK, and it's just I've just watched
that-
the highlights package of it, and it's crap.
Is she the only one that's come back because she murdered everyone?
Yeah, and moved to another
That
country.
come out, I think it came out when we were at the video shop.
About 2006 or something.
Yeah, 2006. Yeah,
yeah,
2006.
Terrible movie. Don't watch it.
No.
Okay. Till next week, we're going to be back we're back with Rocky.
Oh, are we doing that next week?
Yeah.
Rocky 2.
Rocky 2.
Rocky 2. Okay.
Rocky 2. And then
Yeah.
Rocky 2 is next up. And away we go. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Apollo
Yeah.
Creed.
Unless we decide we want to do Roadhouse.
The new Roadhouse.
The new Roadhouse.
I'm not too fussed either. Or yeah.
No, we're going to stick with Rocky 2. It
No,
was-
it
Rocky
hasn't-
2
it
and his
hasn't got
tiger
good
jacket.
reviews.
Yeah.
I've watched Roadhouse. It's rubbish.
But I think we should. Yeah.
We should cover it in some instance. I think it should be one to have a bit of a laugh at. You not watched it yet, Cal?
No, I started
No.
watching it and then
I've heard-
I've turned it off like not because it was bad, but I just didn't like have time to get into it.
Yeah.
But on the reports I've had, it's not great, and I don't think it's one we should cover. So we've already
Shiza.
covered the original, and that
Yes.
didn't get a good rating.
No.
So
And the original is a better movie than this.
Yeah.
Yes. And we were very harsh on the original.
we were very harsh.
Next week's Rocky 2, my favorite of what could be my favorite Rocky moment. And we'll save it for there, that little tease.
Right.
That's what I do, being the captain.
There you go. Quint.
Been a pleasure. G-Man, well done.
Thanks, boys. See you next week.
Damo,
Yep. Thanks. Let's hit the showers.
let's get that liquid soap out and find the ice pick.
Yep. Get the video and press pause.
That's it. Get you, and put away your yellow glasses because you never know what you'll find.
Oh, that's right.
Been a pleasure.
All right.
Till next week, we're going to fly now, and we'll
fly.
see you then. Bye for now. Ooh. We can't even sing out.
These songs aren't singable. It's only just the final ice pick line. Because I've heard you've
You know what
got
you need to do? You
a
guys should be
big
doing the
ice
dance.
pick.
Find the other.
Oh.